He was blowing my phone up. Like,
I was like, what?
We're waiting to go live.
I was like, what the fuck is going on?
We're waiting to go live on YouTube as well, right?
Shit.
Yep.
And then are there links and channels and stuff just in case?
Yeah, man. We got all that.
We got all that.
YouTube, Google Play,
YouTube's good to go.
Apple.
YouTube, Google
YouTube
Play,
is the best place to
Apple.
go.
That's
If you
where
watch
we
us
at.
live on YouTube,
And,
then you can hear everybody and you can talk and you can
Yep,
do all of that.
individual Facebooks.
And my Facebook page. So if you have questions during the time, then we can do that too. We're gonna start with football, right? Because y'all know my attention span.
No, we say that.
There's some shorter topics going on. We go do
Okay.
football later. It's some
Okay.
shorter topics going on.
Okay, that'll keep me
Yeah,
engaged.
it's some shorter
My
topics
shirt
happening.
says I like you because for the most part I do like people.
Don't do that. Don't start with lies. though.
For the most part I do like people.
For the most part.
And I mean, I'm easy until I get crossed.
I've gotten
really
to the
easy.
point where I don't.
Damn, we need Sherrod.
I miss Sherrod.
Damn, we need Sherrod.
Sherrod is
His
the twin
college
dad
football is
extraordinaire.
It's college football season.
I haven't seen
And then-
Sherrod.
Well,
And then-
he'll need to at least make an appearance because of the season.
Because then
Hey,
him
Chester,
and
thank you.
Angie could go
Y'all
at it.
enjoy the show. It's gonna be good.
Exactly.
We're waiting to get started. So
We
hold
start.
on.
We ready.
Are we
about to
ready?
get it
Are we
rolling.
good?
What's up, y'all?
Let's do
Everybody
it,
that's checking this out. Leah, what up, baby? What's up, Joe?
Everybody on Facebook Live on my
Lydia, what's
Facebook Live.
happening?
I appreciate you.
Sabrina,
Jason Flake, what's up with you, man?
Shamanica.
Shanita,
I just seen that name somewhere.
Brandon.
We sound like
Thanks
a
to
whole-
Brandon.
Nah, this the
Kenan,
homie from
hey,
high
girl.
school,
Group
Shamanica.
on the mic.
Latoya,
Give
how
a
you
shout out to
doing?
the
I'm glad you
crowd.
checking
Yep.
in. Hope you're feeling good
Wanna give a shout out to
today.
Ray Ray.
CC, what's up, baby?
Trick.
What's up, baby?
A bunch of rappers like shouting out everybody, y'all.
Exactly.
For real.
What's up, baby?
I don't know if y'all can hear the music, but the music.
Let's see what he got. Okay.
Okay.
I can rock with it.
So it's my
That
first
don't-
time
that don't answer
back,
the question.
And I'm excited. I've been gone for a while.
Scalpers.
Scalpers.
I'm about to straight break out in all like 90s dances because
Yeah,
of the music that's
yeah,
on.
but yeah, if you don't know who it
Y'all probably
is,
can't hear the music, but it's really good music. Hey,
Sound
Lamar.
like Redman. I know.
Close.
I know. Gotta be mad fucking close. Oh.
I'm just giving these two guys an opportunity. Because my goal
Are
is
they
to
guessing?
Because this
My goal
is
is
the
to come-
second week in a row.
my goal is to come in and just play shit.
It's either Red or Eric Sherman.
Hey, Patrice.
Okay.
He's Sermon.
Yeah, this Bomb Diggy off the Green Eye Bandit album.
All right. I know I went too far off.
All right.
Scalpers
No
Sports
attention
Report.
to the fact that I don't have on makeup and stuff. Just
Happy
let it go.
Hump Day.
Let it go. It's fine.
It is Wednesday, right?
Mm-hmm.
To the big homie CC out in Louisiana, what's up with you? She out there holding it down, being a wonderful mom, all that great stuff.
Aw.
Absolutely. CC was on the girls basketball team in middle school, so it was kind of like, how did she play? Like she was kind of like she couldn't dribble, but she would just duck her head down like a bull and just like run through everybody.
You know she gonna
But she was dropping like 20 a day though.
You know
Every
she gonna
Saturday,
fake
she was
That's
dropping
what
like
works.
20, and she a scrap at the end. Like, how did you have extra energy to fight chicks at the end of the game? Post middle school, man, one of the most ghetto.
And if you have
Middle schools in all of
a
Detroit.
topic you want us to talk about, do drop them in the comments.
Yeah, if you got anything you want to highlight about, definitely do that. Check us out too live through
Hey,
YouTube.
Tony,
Is another
Hope.
good way to listen.
Hey,
Yeah,
Sorry,
we
Angela,
out
hey,
here.
girl, hey. Yes,
Yeah,
Brandon.
most
Is this Dallas Blonde? Is that what this is?
Dallas Blind. Yeah, we got a little
Yes,
Dallas
this
Blind to
is
sip
Dallas
on.
Blonde.
We got a variety of things. Big homie BG, he over prepared. I appreciate that.
Hey, I just want to make sure I didn't forget my man.
Yeah.
Hey, I just want to make sure I didn't forget my man Spider back there.
Yeah, and
Spider.
the best part
Spider,
is
the producer.
99.999% of the time we have Spider covered. It
Right.
might have been that one speck of a time. It might not have been a whole lot left, but
Right.
I can't remember when that time was, so that's why I'm not gonna say 100.
Yeah, no, I didn't have Spider covered this time, but so I had to leave again, make sure we had him. You know what I'm saying? That's my man, so I wasn't gonna leave him out.
Yeah,
Of
we would have been
course,
covered
he
because
does a really
even
good
with
job,
6,
so.
I'd have just, even if I wanted 2, I'd have just dropped 1 and been like, got to get one of my mans. So, you
Yeah.
know,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
you know, it's always about the sacrifice.
So Spider, we got you.
And my
Shout
little
out.
cousin up in the D. What up, though? T-Man. 7 Miles Finest, and then Cece up in Detroit. What you doing in Detroit? She said, "Don't do me like that." I've changed. She said she could dribble. You couldn't dribble.
If I had known the lighting was
you
gonna be
wasn't the
better, I
guard.
got my face done.
Fam, we're not going through this right now.
I'm saying, like, the lighting is amazing. What if I had like full face right now? But I mean, I'm just live on Facebook. Like, this is like on the air. Next time, I get my face done next week. I'm gonna come in here just completely dolled up.
None of us have any time for that. Right now.
I mean, you can get your face done too. You can go with me.
Nah,
Yeah,
this is my face done. This is my.
Well, this
done
is not
face.
my face done. I'm looking real regular right now, but it will not happen again. I apologize. I was just happy to be back.
Man,
Let's get started.
Oh my God.
If y'all ain't realized, we got Angie back in the building.
Angel's back in
Angie's
the
here.
building.
What's up, Bill G? Out on the East Coast. What's up with you, man? I mean, are we doing like a separate show or
We
'cause you
can.
That's what all y'all doing. Because all of y'all talking to y'all lives.
We are talking out loud.
Was-
Let's talk
yeah.
to each other. How are y'all?
We are all doing great, actually. I would say so.
Chill.
I'm great as well. My son is recovered from his almost concussion, and he's back on the football field today.
He
Thank
practiced
goodness,
today?
man.
He practiced today for the first time after the injury.
How you
That's
look?
good.
Full speed? Everything look normal?
Yeah, he got a little lazy since he
Oh,
had to work
that
out.
can
But
happen. That can happen. That can
no,
happen.
he was good.
In,
today.
in that short amount of time.
Yeah,
It don't take a
De-
lot.
definitely can.
I mean, because he
couple
was just
days.
laying around and being babyfied. I knew he wasn't sick when I was in there checking on him all the time. But it's all good. It's all good.
Oh, the agony.
It's all good. What I found out is that in Texas, there's no school insurance for athletes. So you have to have personal insurance if anything happens to your kid. So I'm concerned about that because on the rare chance that, I mean, this could have been worse. It could have been a full-blown concussion and we could have had a problem, right?
Right.
I still had to pay out of pocket for taking him to those doctor's appointments, and his last one is on Saturday coming up. But what happens if you have a serious injury, like people who are getting paralyzed or people who get it was one parent that was telling me, we were at the game last week, and one parent was saying that her son broke his arm in conditioning this summer, and they were out of $19,000.
Yikes.
So
So her and her husband has to keep their insurance to make sure that he's straight for his sports. Now, when we were playing league sports, they had this thing where you pay like $35 at the beginning of the season with the fees, and it's
Right.
like an insurance that covers them for the
I
if
remember
anything
hearing about that,
happens.
yeah.
So when we were playing out in Keller and we were playing in North Richland Hills, all them years growing up, there was never an issue. I'm more concerned about the school sports because I mean, last year, even in my old high school, like a guy got hit the wrong way and he died. And like if you're not being covered now in Mississippi, they do have coverage from what my brother was telling me. He coaches high school football in Mississippi, and I was talking to him and I was like, am I supposed to be paying for this? And he was like, no, Mississippi, they covered or whatever.
Right.
But that's not the case. So I was gonna ask y'all because I don't know the different rules. And that was something that I just learned. Like if this was a full blown concussion, we ended up in the hospital, but they wanted him to go to like this brain specialist. I was like, how much? What?
Right.
And they gave me cards for brain specialists. Because the brain specialist is a team doctor, but he only takes certain insurances, or you got to pay out of pocket, and you're looking at $15,000 to $20,000 just to see him. So, I mean, what do y'all think about that?
Well, I think that kids should also pay attention to be a brain specialist. Because
And my son probably could do that.
that's what I'm saying. But I mean, only thing, and this is just my former insurance brain kicking in, is if there are endorsements for student athletes on their parents' policies. That's what I would think of.
Not on my current insurance, and I don't ever remember reading anything. Of course, I didn't worry about it previously, but I
Right.
don't ever remember reading about athletic injuries covered on insurance that I've had before with like Blue Cross Blue Shield or whatever.
Right.
Speaking of somebody who works in insurance currently, it's all about the endorsements. Terms like full coverage, that is a generic insurance
Does
term
not
that,
exist.
That doesn't mean
No.
anything.
Okay.
You would definitely need to make sure that that is something that would be covered because, like I said, it's all about the
Yeah,
endorsements.
it may be
It's
some
all
health
about the
endorsements for student athletes specifically, especially if you had
because they will
situations
find a
where-
way to get out of it.
Well, not exactly, but in most sales environments, they're not necessarily looking to and push that for people. Endorsements aren't something that people push unless they say, "Okay, I know this is a a high end client. Let me throw
Right.
everything at them that I
Right.
can to get a higher book of business out of just that one person. But that common everyday person is not looking for it. It might be out there. It might not, but it's at least worth asking. Because what I think about, and this is on a much higher level, is when Willis McGahee had endorsement on his body in college.
But that's a policy that top athletes take out when they know that they're potential first round
But
picks.
colleges cover, don't they? Don't they cover their athletes
Not
in
sure.
general?
In general,
Is-
I mean, if they're having all these surgeries, like torn ACLs and
that's
stuff
what I'm
like
saying.
that,
In general, yeah. But I would think even on the lower level, maybe
I
there
think you
is
should be
something
allowed to insure your body.
I think so.
I need to
for-
insure my kid's
for
brain.
extra coverage. Yeah, I think
Because
there
when
should
he
be
called
extra
me,
health
when the coach
coverage out
called me,
there.
I was like, no, my son's smart.
Yeah,
I mean,
we're
this
not
is
about to
fun.
stop that down.
My son's smart, so we need to keep the brain. I mean, you can have the legs and the fingers. He's a smart
All
kid.
right. See, this is like that just turned
No.
into like the worst tale.
No,
talk. I'm not trying to go that
it
one.
was a joke.
Yeah,
But I was concerned about that. So now that we know that, I'm trying to figure out, is high school sports even worth playing? Your kid could get seriously injured.
High school sports is definitely worth playing, but also like you explained, the way that he had a head injury was like a fluke of his
Right.
incident
Yeah.
too.
It was a fluke
So-
accident where the boy died last season. in
Absolutely,
Mississippi.
yeah.
a lot
Like,
of them like that though. I mean,
It's not something you
that's-
predict.
I mean, but you got kids that are paralyzed for the rest of their life and stuff like that, and their parents are not getting any help or any coverage for that if that happens aside from their insurance.
Well,
I have a couple of years to think about it, but I have a son. His mom is not in favor of him playing football at all, at all.
I don't give a shit about Mace playing football. Honestly, even he might be one of the biggest kids in the school, but I mean, he box. There's
Yeah.
other shit you could do if you want to get that
Like,
kind of energy.
His
You
mom,
can wrestle.
but his mom is totally against it. Like she's
Yeah.
100% against
I
it.
don't blame her at all. What you about to say?
Like,
son?
I mean, most moms are against it for this reason.
like just totally never, or at a young age not playing football.
She's not in favor of him playing football at all.
I mean, we
Just
gotta look
football
at
get it.
though.
on the
I
outside
mean,
looking in though, because
yeah.
y'all are like,
oh shit,
I'm
we got a
football-
Sherrod sighting.
I'm a football
Yo,
fan.
Chime in, swim dad. Go ahead, y'all.
Sherrod, I'm a football fan, but then when you start looking at all the things that can happen, you also gonna look at it as a mom. I think parents kind of look at it in a different way.
Yeah.
And then with everything that's happening with the concussions and the CTE and stuff, as a mom, you like, oh yeah, no, this ain't even worth it.
This fool said old Thickums in there.
Just tell him yes, he's here, and I miss him, and come on back, and hey,
Yep.
I hate him
That's
so
an answer
much.
is yes, brother.
I really hate him.
Yeah, we were just
Thickums,
talking
really?
about your ass too. Telling you got to get here. Sherrod got to make a special appearance for football season. So,
Once we go to weekends, you got to find one
yeah,
and,
Yeah.
and get up in here.
Please,
definitely.
edwardsdefense.com.
yeah,
Right, edwardsdefense.com.
See, I still got your back.
We always sponsored by EdwardsDefense.com. We don't know what the fuck might happen in life.
Speed dial.
Exactly. So,
So yeah,
but we glad to hear Zay is.
he's doing
yeah,
great.
he's straight. We need him.
I asked
for,
him, did he want? Of course, my first question. You want to go back?
Tracy, what's up?
Well, of course, you got to at least.
I'm gonna let him finish the season, but I was concerned about. I'm concerned about like things that could really seriously happen. Even like when I hit y'all on GroupMe, I was like, "Is this right?" It didn't sound right, but I guess it's a thing in Texas, and I guess they're just protecting themselves.
Yeah,
I
was
couldn't
looking
tell
to
you
them
how Michigan
endorsements,
was
though.
because in early '90s, who the hell thought about insurance and concussions and everything?
Nobody was thinking
It
about
was
that
like,
stuff.
hey,
But you just think in Texas because high school football in Texas is such a big commodity
I mean, I can
that they would cover their athletes.
I mean, I can see them not doing it. I mean, because given the fact that it's such a violent sport. I mean, they would be paying out the ass on almost everybody. How many
They
injuries
making
would
the
they
money,
be playing?
though.
Exactly.
I mean, you're building $40 million stadiums.
Oh, I
for high
agree
school
with you.
players.
52.
I'm
I
sorry,
agree.
$52 million
52
stadiums
in Prosper.
in Prosper
60 in
for
Allen.
high school. Was it 60? I thought it was 40.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
40 in McKinney.
Prosper,
No,
like
so-
60 in Allen.
So it's a $40 million stadium for high school football in McKinney. What'd you say? 52.
no, McKinney
in
was more
Prosper?
expensive than the Allen one.
Mm.
The McKinney one
$60
was
million
yeah.
for a high school
The one in
football
Allen was at
stadium
least
in
50.
Allen.
It was
Yeah,
at least
it was like
50.
And
50.
this is all in the same city, but you
Yeah.
can't cover your athletes if somebody get hurt.
Yeah.
Like to
And
me, that's
also,
insane.
It may be a district thing or a city thing because what Allen School District may do it, and McKinney ISD may do it, and this ISD may not do it.
Might
so
not do
it
it,
could be
yeah.
something of that nature.
Gerard said he gonna end up here. Appreciate that, brother. We waiting on you, man. All love.
Yay!
Yeah, he said he go see. He
I'm
said
ready
he
to
tried to
argue with
ride
you.
up, but you know things derailed.
Yeah.
So,
Don't look at my nails.
so yeah,
Fix all
so
this,
we
it's
got
okay.
we got that part. Man, ain't nobody paying no
I'm
attention.
finna say who
So
said
one of
something
the-
about her nails.
I'm just
You know,
giving them a
look, man,
precursor.
Angie is used to being on the mic and being on the camera,
I
and you know our
am.
views go up because she be out here stunting on their ass.
It does.
So she used to just maintain herself a certain way.
I just don't want them to know it's not over. So one of my
She said it's not
friends,
over.
Chester, said that his son ruptured his appendix and had to have surgery, and they had to pay for it, but his insurance covered it. And I guess this was during playing sports.
I wonder.
Yeah.
I wondered, could they relate
Well,
it
it
to?
should,
Did
though.
it rupture
Did the school
because?
did the school try to cover anything?
Like I
Probably
wonder
not,
because
man.
like a ruptured appendix, the shit can just happen. So I wonder if it's something that was
Super
caused
random.
by playing sports, or was it just a coincidence that it happened? while
Yeah,
playing
because
sports?
if you ain't getting hit a certain way and you can't
Yeah,
pinpoint it to
and you know,
that,
but that's the kind of thing that like insurance companies will ask. They'll be like,
Right.
you know, was it caused?
He said it was during football, and the school didn't cover anything at all.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
I believe Chester's in Arlington, so
Yeah,
that's
I
a
wouldn't
different ISD, but it's the same. I guess it's the same rules.
Yeah.
It might be just statewide then, honestly.
I want to say that the
Um,
trainer told me it was a state regulation. So that's a new thing. I mean, you
What's
got
up,
kids
Kenny?
coming up, so I just wanted to let you
But-
know.
but you
School
know
ain't
what?
paying for nothing.
But guess
Yeah.
what?
So you and your wife need to keep that.
But I'm gonna tell you this. You know what ain't gonna happen? The amount of people playing football. People are still in certain areas.
Yeah.
People still gonna play.
But see,
Well, in
and-
certain areas, but
Oh, that's-
for people like me, like I know my son's out there because he want to lose weight and he with his friends and he want to have fun. And like football is not a serious thing for him. For people like me, it's not that serious.
Right.
Like it's not for my son to go out there and
You
risk
know
life
your
and
son
live it.
not
My
about-
son going to school
Yeah.
on academic scholarship.
you know your
I already
son
know
not
that.
gonna lose weight, right?
He is losing weight. He looks really good.
And he go lift weights, and then he go
Yeah, he wants to lift
bigger.
weight.
Your
But
son
no,
gonna be
he
like
got
6'3",
chubby.
250.
Like my son's chubby now. You haven't seen him. My son's chubby
Well,
now.
the last couple pictures, yeah, but he's always had some chub to him.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's
once
the baby
if he,
weight, or-
Yeah, but
now
if he
he's,
start,
like,
getting
if he
this, like,
start playing
hormonal
for
thing.
real and start lifting,
Yeah, he gonna be huge.
he gonna be a
Yoked.
big
He
boy.
is. He is.
In a good way though, but
Yeah.
solid and big. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
but nonetheless, let's talk a little bit of some small, quick sport topics.
Sure.
USA team squeaked out an overtime win in the FIBA tournament against Turkey. It was pretty exciting towards the end. The savior was Chris Middleton once Turkey blew 4 free throws. Chris Middleton nailed his, and that closed it out. Jason Tatum had a sprained ankle in that, so they go sideline him.
Couple games.
Yeah, a couple games.
He
but
said he's straight. I saw all that.
yeah, it didn't. Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna be too bad, but you know he was good after that. Then Popovich got them boys kind of gelling for the most part, so that's a good look on the USA basketball side. Contracts are thrown out now in a couple of directions. Oh, one thing that I thought was interesting: Milwaukee Police Department went ahead and settled $400,000 with Sterling Brown of the Milwaukee Bucks
That's
from
it?
the incident.
I saw
That's
the video.
probably
Remind
about
me of what happened.
I saw the videotape.
go for the
So
Go
he
ahead.
was stopped. He was driving his car. He went to a convenience store or something, and he was stopped. And they like did the whole frisk and whose car is this and who are you and all of that type of stuff. And it was all caught on video camera. It was bad though. Like he literally could have gotten hurt because at first he was kind of like cooperating. And he was like, "Wait a minute!" Like you could see the click. Like,
yeah.
"Wait a minute, what y'all doing?" Because at
Yeah.
first he was like, "Yes sir, yes sir," and he was like,
He was you.
This
Yeah.
is dumb as hell.
it was like if you go back and you Google and you watch the video, it could have gone real south real quick, and they were very excessive. $400,000 is not enough money for what they did.
Yeah.
yeah.
So, that's not something that's new to the city of Milwaukee. If you remember a couple years back, they did something well, not really something similar, but John Henson, he went the center. He went into a jewelry store.
Oh
and
yeah, I did.
They
remember
they
that.
asked him to leave, and then they called the police on him. Then the police showed up, and they were like, "Hey, this dude,
He
this
can
is
buy this
John
store if
Henson."
he wants to.
Exactly, and then they tried to sell him some shit. He was
Yeah.
like, "No."
I'm good. That was on video. A lot of it was on video as well. I ain't never been to Milwaukee. It's a little cold. It looks cold. I don't know.
Yeah. So
but
this is not
Shout out to
something-
all Midwest cities. The hell with that. Damn
but
it.
can't be. What I'm saying is, it can't be that many black people where you don't know who your athletes are.
No, it's not.
Yeah. So, and they had no idea who he was.
We're talking about the
This-
blackest city
this-
in Wisconsin.
And this is a big 7-foot dude. You know
had
what I'm
to
saying? In the
think-
city of Milwaukee, going to an expensive jewelry store.
Absolutely.
It looks-
And I'm not saying let's walk that back. We're not saying that it should happen to anyone.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But you have to kind of like be looking at them sideways, like, you don't know who you don't have like 5 athletes here. Like you don't know who they are. They got billboards on the highway.
Yeah,
like,
I'm pretty sure he's been.
but it shouldn't happen to anyone. What happened to the Sterling kid was like I was cringing
excessive.
the whole time I was watching.
And
it.
even what's funny with that, and this can happen usually in a situation what happened with me last week. I get pulled over, and then the officer was like, "Well, you look like you was going more than 40." I said, "That's not a thing, sir." Did you clock this?
Hold on,
I said, "Did you clock it?"
You looked
You
like
looked-
So he
you
don't
were
have it
going
clocked
more
on
than
anything.
40.
Because you were going past other cars. I said, you know what? I probably was between 40 and 45, but you don't even know. So I've been doing this 20 years. He said, I've been doing this 20
That's
years.
not gonna hold up in court.
I said,
That's
that means
that's not the
nothing
point.
right now. That means nothing right
Has he
now.
got a radar gun in his eyes or something?
That's what I'm saying. Like, you didn't clock it. You have no documentation
we
of this.
doing?
And then he said, and then you didn't, when you made a right turn, you didn't make it into the right lane of the next street. And I said, I live to the left, though.
But I do want you to be more careful with these Dallas police.
And this was in Richardson, but what I knew,
Same difference.
what I knew was happening was 2 things. It was trying to get him a ticket off because it was the end of the month, and he was just being a dick for no apparent reason. I know you've been doing this 20 years and you ain't got promoted. There's something wrong.
I'm
Street beat.
I'm still tripping off. You looked like you were going more than 40.
I was like, I was going like 43. How would you know?
My friend Dietrich
I
say,
could have
"Look
been
like
going
what that look
55,
like."
but
Yeah.
there's no documentation to prove that now.
And you
is
have to
there?
have documentation.
And then he
So-
left me off with a warning. And I was like, and then I pulled into
What's
my
going on,
apartment
Dad?
building to make it even more apparent. I gave him my ID. I was like, yeah, I live over here, right here. You gonna let me
But
go?
you shouldn't have to do all of that. That's like
That was
that's
extra
the
as
principle
hell.
and the point. It's crazy.
Ain't asked for all them fries. It's like going to McDonald's and getting the extra super size. Dog, my cholesterol high enough, okay? I just wanted the regular size.
I found out that I don't have high cholesterol after all. I just
That's
wanted to
good.
say that, and I'm
That's
off
a-
my meds as of last
high.
week.
That's a high. That's actually.
Thank you.
I actually am happy to hear that because you was
Thank
having some
you.
issues a couple
I
years ago. We was
was.
concerned.
I was
You had
high
a Fitbit.
cholesterol, high blood pressure.
was
I
some
was walking
shit
around a
going on.
Fitbit checking my heart rate.
Getting steps in place. Like this woman ran in place to get her steps, and this is. And I don't think this worked like this. So
You know what? Go to the next subject.
So yeah,
'Cause
so
I'm not gonna do this
So
with
that
you.
was that. We got a couple NFL contracts going on. Oh, and ESPN got their body
Yes, sir,
issue
Chris,
out.
for what it is.
Oh Lord.
They got their body issue out. I saw a couple of things here and there, but it's just something fun to
Let's
look
see
at.
who it is.
It's more so visual than it's not really much you could do. Talk about the couple of the guys pause, but a couple of the Eagles players did a spread.
I think they whole offensive line.
Oh, let
Man.
me
Yeah,
check this
that
out.
offensive line. That's for you. You go ahead and take a look at
I
that.
saw that, unfortunately.
That's what I'm saying. Like I didn't
Still
mean
my
that.
very favorite body issue pictures that of Odell Beckham.
Nah, you just sit your nasty ass down, man.
I saw that. I saw
nobody's
that,
here for
unfortunately.
that.
I love him.
They got the Eagles offensive line. I think Myles Garrett did it.
Yep.
I'm
You know
about
what
to
I'm
say,
saying?
ooh,
Oh, he was
tell
there
you
now.
in a minute.
No, he's not with the Eagles. He was the Cleveland Browns. He
Oh,
did,
that's what I'm saying. I'm
he
like,
did
hold
he did
on.
the naked issue.
Oh,
The naked issue, yeah.
Hey, Angie, you all right over there?
I'm fine. Glad we googled
Focus,
this.
focus.
My God.
That is
I don't know
her
what
focus.
a stars is, but my God.
Anyway.
See.
Look, man,
I didn't even know you could have
I still
muscles
claim
there.
Angie, okay? I still,
Miles Garrett look like this?
I don't know.
When that happened?
I
Look,
have no idea.
Oh,
First of all, I don't pay attention to Cleveland Brown players. Secondly, I don't just be looking at dudes extra
I don't
male
know
parts
what
and
Evander
anything
Kane,
around us.
Evander Kane must be like a
Anyway,
got a hockey stick.
it doesn't matter.
anyway, what's up, cuz?
Oh my
What up,
God.
Paul? What up, Jack?
Golf players look like this?
Jack Daniel. Man, who is that for real? I think that.
You got to live
that's
ways to play
Nez.
golf?
Anyway, the point of the matter is, man, this shit is ridiculous.
I blame you. I blame you.
Phil, this was your fault.
This your fault.
All I see-
This
Because
was
you
your
brought up
fault.
the damn body issue.
I didn't know Chris Paul was doing this. Ow,
Hey, you want to focus?
It's gross.
I'm focused.
No, you're not.
Oh, who's Michael Thomas?
It's not the time.
See? Your fault.
Hey,
Anyway.
hey, my cousin said go to page 116.
Going.
Yeah, you go
See?
ahead.
Now you got the crowd joining
this,
in.
This is my cousin.
It don't matter.
Wait.
Yeah, dude.
Wait.
This might
Wait,
be-
Saquon.
it might be
And you know,
hilarious.
I don't even like football players no more.
Oh,
But
okay.
this
I'm about to
is-
say we might
I
want to.
said no more. Hush. This
So
is.
other than that,
Thank you.
then you got a couple of
Wait a minute.
contracts going on. It was an NBA contract just got signed too. Before we
Who
go
got
into
signed in
football.
Who's playing in NBA? Who's still signing deals right now?
Somebody did.
I know that LeBron James filed a motion to
try to trademark
Taco Tuesday.
some shit that we've been using since like the early
He got the
90s.
money
I
to
know
do
I
it.
think it was
right?
like a family flex. I think it was. I don't think
Because
this
his
was.
family video for Taco Tuesday. be
Fam. Okay, the first one was funny. After that, the shit was lame. But
it wasn't lame. It was cute.
It was.
It was
I
cute.
mean, salute that you're doing it with your kids and your kids joining in too.
He eat
but-
with his kids. Everybody don't. Don't get me started. Go ahead.
I get it, but fam.
Oh, they talking about the Eric Gordon extension. That's
Oh,
what
okay.
it was.
Well, I
Yeah.
say Taco Tuesday been around since all of us was in college.
It really was.
That's like somebody.
I only heard of it when I
That's-
moved to Texas.
That's like somebody be like, yo, I'm about to trademark Thirsty Thursdays.
They better.
I'm
You really can't hate the hustle.
You
know
can
what
try
they
it.
a big fan of LeBron James, but I'm tired of that Taco Tuesday shit. I'm really tired of it.
I don't even pay
And I
attention.
like
Y'all sound
him.
like some
With
haters.
all due respect, I
Hey,
don't pay
Ricardo.
attention
And I
to
like
it
him.
enough. But anybody watch the new episode of The Shop? I ain't seen it.
I have
I
never
do
watched
watch
the
the
shop.
shop, but I have not
So,
watched
Them
the
shits
new
come
episode.
out so random, man. I mean,
Yeah, it's not. It's
there's
not
no.
consistent at all.
I've never seen it.
But it's a
Man,
good
shit.
show if you ever watch it. Of course, I watched the one with. I watched the one with.
Odell Beckham.
I did.
I saw the.
I also bought me some Browns paraphernalia.
The fuck?
You are.
Yeah. Okay.
I saw. I saw that one and then the one with old buddy, Aubrey. I saw that one.
Oh, I didn't
I
see
saw that one.
Yeah.
What I thought was
Another
interestingly
one is coming out
terrible
on Saturday, I believe.
is that there was a comparison, and I hate this comparison of. And they started asking Gronkowski, and this is just from a clip, like, is there a greatest of all time? And I'm saying it fully because I hate the term GOAT. I think it's dumb now, but is there a GOAT gene that are in certain players? That's kind of like a silly topic to bring up. There is no GOAT gene. There are genetics that create bigger, faster, more athletic people, but that don't mean they're gonna be greater than the next person though.
It's certain traits though.
I mean, it's a valid question.
That are learned. Them traits are learned.
I think it's certain mindsets.
Yeah.
That are
It's
learned.
It's certain mindsets.
this stuff is learned.
Yeah, they're learned and developed.
I mean, but now we just talking. That's semantics that you getting on.
No, that's the actual fact.
But I'm saying, but you're attacking the semantics of what they said. That it's a gene. Where he might, if he just said a trait, then the statement doesn't hit you like that.
It's trait, gene.
I mean, traits
Don't
or
none of that
genes that
matter.
might be valid because you really can't teach that type of thing. Like,
Yeah, you can't. Like,
it's
I
a
can't
lot of
teach
boys
my
that's got a
point.
lot of heart.
Yeah,
that
I can't.
don't have
I
the
can't,
body.
Exactly. Like
Regardless
you
of
can't teach
how
heart.
hard they work.
That's my point.
I mean, they won't
It's
have the body.
learned.
They won't have the
No,
genetics.
I don't think so.
to do what
Some
they
pe-
do.
No, the reason I say it's not learned because everybody can't do it. I like if somebody everybody's played with people who you be thinking if they had a little bit more heart, they'd be cold.
Or
If they did this or if they had this piece of trait that can take their game, but they just don't have it.
You know, that's
And
why
they
we
can't-
have
and they-
coaches.
You can't coach heart though.
Shit.
You cannot.
you
It's
can't coach
impossible.
heart,
Yeah, you
but
can.
y'all
No, you
talking
can't.
about tangibles. I'm talking about stuff that
You can't
that
coach
you
heart.
can't control.
You
Like you
can't
got a
coach
lot of
heart.
people that's got a lot of heart and they really, really want to play and they really want to be good, but they undersized. You can't. They genetically they won't be what they trying to be, regardless
Like, I
of how
can't
hard
coach you
they
to
work.
have.
Exactly.
I can't coach you to have a dog mentality. Either you got it or you don't.
Yeah, that come from just having a rough life.
But
Nah, I ain't gonna say that.
by and large,
Nah, cause you got some people who just get on the court and they got it. Now, does it follow a lot of those people? Yeah, but that's not the end all be all. Cause
I don't know nobody that's doing well that's got a dog mentality, that's born into wellness, that's born into name one that's born into.
The one that stands out to me is Grant Hill.
I don't necessarily
Born
think it was
into
a dog mentality that he had though. He was a hard worker. He had good work ethic and stuff like that.
But Grant Hill to get on the court and go at your head
and
attack you. Be cool.
He just wasn't the ultimate trash talker.
Yeah, you know.
I guess that's what we think about when we think about.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, that's the thing. When you think he got that.
Nasty,
yeah, you think about
person.
that Ron Artest type or this.
Yeah.
No, Grant Hill was like, I don't have to do all that. I can kill you and drop a triple double on you and smile the entire time, and you're gonna hate me because I did it, and it's gonna look like the good old boy from the good family just put 30, 10 to 10 on me.
What somebody tried to do, even within that clip within the episode, was trying to make when you were great, like a GOAT, like a Brady and a LeBron. Dog, you can't compare. That's not anywhere near the same thing. Period. It's not. How is that the same thing? We talking about one of the greatest athletes in the history of sports, and then we talking about one of the greatest quarterbacks in football. That's a gap.
Yeah.
But it's automatically going to be apples and oranges because it's two different sports, so they require two different things. Because the greatest athletes often don't make the greatest quarterbacks.
Exactly.
Right.
So that's why it's an easy way to get a topic. It's a click topic. That's what it is.
That's all it is. It's an easy.
That's all it is. It's a click topic. It's something to get a conversation going. That's all. That's when you start talking GOATs. It is something to get a conversation going and to get sports arguments going. That's the only reason that topic exists.
And it was thrown out to Gronkowski, and I'm like, dog.
Just leave it alone.
Just because he's gonna see things that are gonna come from a leadership perspective, and a guy that's been in the fucking same job for 20 years and all that. But at the same time, he's gonna know things that are insightful to the organization and this and that. And he's gonna teach it that way. We got to be perfect. We got to be on time. We got to do this. We got to do these things in order to be perfect to our coach. That's the greatest motherfucker ever. Period. Point blank. Or one of them. It's two different things from a talent level. It's just not the same. I just hate that motherfucker keep getting brought up to as the greatest athlete.
But this is my thing.
How is Tom Brady one of the greatest athletes? Shit is trash.
You are talking to semantics.
Based on wins.
You're talking to semantics. The semantics, you hate the semantics. That's what it is. I've peeped that with you because, like I said, you can have them. We see super talented people who don't win shit. So it's something that Brady has. That
coach, the greatest coach ever. Boom, we're done with that.
Nah,
shit.
He has the great. He does
have a great coach. He has a great coach.
And he has a
bulletproof system. That system is bulletproof.
The system works for him.
We talking about the motherfucker that was battling for a starting position as a junior in college.
But I don't want to take. I don't want to take his. I don't want to take anything away from
Illuminati.
You don't want to take anything away from him. You know what I'm saying?
I'm adding it to him.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm adding it to him. You're none of this without this coach. But somehow his coach never gets pushed into the same conversation.
But that's the same thing we did with Joe Montana. Joe Montana, was he great because he was great? Or
Joe Montana been a dog from the start.
Yeah, they helmets didn't even have pads.
What I'm saying is this. But he won 4 Super Bowls, right?
That's a GOAT right there.
He won 4 Super Bowls. Also, did Joe Montana not have the greatest fucking supporting cast ever?
Hold on. Brady didn't?
Whoa. First off.
Hold on. No. Compared to the 49ers teams, no, he did not.
Shit. I don't know about that, dog.
He got the greatest fucking player all time on his team.
And he got the greatest tight end all time on his team.
Jerry Rice, Gronkowski, my dog, come on.
From tight end to wide receiver?
But to your point, Sam, great coaches and great quarterbacks go hand in hand.
They do.
You take 99% of great quarterbacks. They all have great coaches.
Exceptional coach.
All of them. Dan Marino and Don Shula. You got Brady and Belichick. You got Troy Aikman and Jimmy Johnson. You can go down the list. Great coaches and great quarterbacks.
Aaron Rodgers and
that. Hey, he is the exception. He is the exception.
But it ain't like McCarthy he wasn't ass.
He would, but he wouldn't be looked upon as great either. But that's what I'm saying. So like, if we look at the greatest quarterbacks ever, with probably Montana and Tom Brady, right? Both of them have extreme Hall of Fame coaches. Shit, Bill Walsh invented a damn offense.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be that, but
one is just better though.
That's time. Time has done that. We saw Montana when we came up. Montana was the greatest shit ever, and you know that.
Yeah,
it was
still is.
He was the greatest ever.
Steve Young better than Tom Brady.
Yes, I say that too. As an overall quarterback, yes, I prefer Steve Young. But what I'm saying is this: the GOAT category, Steve Young was never in the GOAT greatest of all time category.
Because nobody said GOAT yet.
They were saying GOAT with Montana. I mean, the word GOAT, but they were saying greatest of all time for Montana.
Right. They just totally left out. Motherfuckers, that shit is still asinine. But even in that,
I think Peyton Manning is better than him. I don't think Tom Brady would be Tom Brady if he went anywhere else.
Even in that
Peyton
same,
absolutely not.
I think Peyton Manning was going to be Peyton Manning regardless.
Tom Brady would not be Tom Brady on anybody else's team.
But
period.
That's just me though.
But that's again go back to my gap, and then we talking about the same concept like coaches. Shit, the fuck Coach LeBron had that made him great.
and that is another exception.
It's an exception.
You take all the all-time great basketball players, and they all have Hall of Fame coaches. You take your top 20 basketball players of all time, they all got Hall of Fame coaches. LeBron is the exception. He is just the exception.
And that's why
you have to argue that when they start talking about it, he one of the greatest basketball.
In the same sentence, please don't.
I mean, LeBron ain't never played for Phil Jackson. I mean,
they need to, obviously.
Clearly. So that gives him
a motherfucker that Phil Jackson coached, and he didn't play that well.
But he played for his old teammate.
LeBron played for Pat Riley the first year. No, he didn't. Did he?
He played for Pat Riley.
He didn't get Pat Riley.
Pat was gone by then.
Yeah, he was
upstairs. Yeah, he was upstairs.
Yeah, he's not playing for Hall of Fame
down.
coaches.
He came back down for the Shaq D-Wade year.
LeBron has to stay in one of those top, and
level.
he has to stay in the conversation as being one of the greatest for this reason. He gets in systems. He makes systems for himself.
I don't think nobody ever
There's no coach
that
that's ever
is not one of the top players of all time, though. What it is everybody is. If you ain't number one, either you number one or everybody else is ass.
That's true.
And that's just the way arguments go.
That's right.
And that shit is stupid.
And it's not true.
Right. It's like, hey, LeBron. If I say Michael Jordan, so that means you hate LeBron. No, motherfucker. I just said LeBron, he was better.
Yeah.
Oh, so what? You ain't say nothing about Kobe. Okay, if I tell him he's top, if I say
that's how basketball fans are.
That's all sports fans.
And you know, there's this narrative that if you like LeBron, that you
can't like this person.
You can't like Kobe Bryant for whatever reason. I don't know what.
And Kobe like LeBron.
I don't know who made them rivals.
Right,
nobody.
Because the NBA players be like, this dude a dog. This dude's my favorite player.
They've never played in any meaningful games.
No,
they've never played in any games that matter.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
And Kobe likes LeBron. Just
Paul Pierce is more LeBron's rival than Kobe is.
Well, yeah, that's just because they was on the East.
Exactly.
But you know,
they played meaningful games. But that's what
makes a rival.
They played meaningful games.
Playoff make a rivalry like a motherfucker. So yeah,
but people who like Kobe most likely hate LeBron for whatever reason.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's about.
Because the media has positioned that argument for so many years that it gets ingrained in you that this is what it is.
Yeah, that shit.
And I'm a Laker fan.
I might not be watching that motherfucking episode. That would piss me off from the start. But yeah, other than that, as my cousin's stating on here, phenomenal quarterback, average athlete. That's where we at. But all that.
Period.
Most of your quarterbacks are average athletes.
I mean,
some of the motherfuckers are great athletes though.
Some
of them
not many
great athletes.
Not a lot.
Cam is a great athlete.
Brady ain't one of them.
Yeah,
and exactly.
And Steve Young was a damn good athlete, though.
Is Cam Newton a great quarterback? Not close. No, he's not.
He's not a great quarterback.
He don't have the tools. He don't have the tools.
If he was in a better system, I believe Cam Newton could be a really great quarterback.
Well, we've seen greatness out of QB from him.
We've seen some good moments.
We've seen
some good seasons from him.
We've seen it. Before that,
his first one
before the truck accident, and a little bit after, but after the surgery.
Yeah, he's
had to
always
sit
hurt
down.
also.
Yeah.
And then I was about to say
Had to
they're
sit
not
down.
protecting him like they
That
protect.
and
If you did to Tom Brady what they are allowed to do to Cam Newton,
But also,
Oh, yeah.
but you know what?
I mean, you have to think about that's
You be
Cam
suspended.
Newton's that's Cam Newton's frustration is that he's not protected like a Tom Brady.
True.
No,
He's
he's
not
not.
protected like
But
the
I mean,
boy in Green Bay.
you know
I forgot
what
his
though?
name.
All
I know.
They
most,
ref him different.
most running quarterbacks, you're gonna get that though. Deshaun Watson been going through injuries since he been in the league, running quarterback.
They're not protected.
Steve Young went through concussions, running quarterback. Mike
That's
Vick
true.
used to get hurt, running quarterback.
It's also kind of the Shaq syndrome, and I'll explain that. Shaq was hard to ref because he was so huge that it was hard to ref him. Cam Newton is such a huge human being. It's like they don't call
Shaq had to
thing.
change how he played.
Exactly.
Plus,
They don't call the same
well,
things
you already
on
know
Cam
once,
Newton.
and once Cam take off,
It's almost like they
you
just
teeing off on
expect-
Cam Newton.
It's like they expect him just to absorb that shit.
I'm gonna get
Yeah.
a little racial though. The black quarterbacks are not protected like the white
Oh, no,
quarterbacks are.
that's for
They
sure.
think, and then I mean, they think that we have a higher.
Well,
I mean,
it's only
that's-
like 6 of
They
them.
have a higher tolerance of pain. They can handle things a little bit better, and you don't get fined the same amount of money if you hit Cam Newton that you get fined on a late hit for Tom
You
Brady.
ever-
Like you have to be honest about those things.
You ever seen those Monday night games or those Sunday night games where they got people mic'd up?
Yeah.
They had Bill Belichick mic'd up one time, and he went out there and shook the ref's hand. He was just like, "Hey, Bill, how you doing?" He said, "Hey, don't worry about time. We'll protect him today." They obviously didn't know that Bill Belichick was mic'd up because that's the first thing they said before
I
they said
heard
hello.
about that.
They were
shit.
just like,
I
"Oh
didn't-
yeah, don't worry about it. We'll protect him. He's good."
Case in point.
That's the first thing that they said. This was on Inside the NFL with
I'm
old
surprised. I'm
old
surprised
boy
they
with the
let that get
receding
out.
hairline, the black dude, James
I'm
Brown.
really surprised they let that get out.
I'm not. It's like
He was like, "Yeah, don't worry about time."
it's one of those things. Like it's the worst kept secret.
I need that Stella.
What's the?
It's like the worst kept secret. That's what that shit is.
Fuck, it's crazy. Man.
I mean, we understand it. I mean, a lot of
Thank
people don't want to talk about it, but we know that and we
thank you,
understand it. And then, like, so I
You-
think where Cam is in his career is that I'm not finna go out here and keep getting my head busted. Not gonna call,
No.
not gonna protect, and
And
you can
his-
see it's affecting his play
and his
it's affecting
O-line,
his mentality.
His O-line has been terrible. They have stripped him of all of his wide receivers. They got rid of Steve Smith. They got rid of Kelvin. Kelvin Benjamin came in at my weight at wide receiver. I don't know what the hell was going on
The
with him.
laziest son of a bitch
But-
ever, dog.
That was fucked up.
He
too.
was-
That dude was huge and came.
That was
in
so
and
disrespectful to the whole
and talking
team.
shit.
And
You talking shit to Cam Newton.
and would drop hella balls.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're not
Yeah.
cold. You ain't cold enough to talk shit to Cam Newton.
Damn, my
and I'm
cousin
not
men-
that big a
My
Cam
cousin
Newton
just
fan.
mentioned he said shit. He ain't had no coach either. Not for real.
Ron Rivera,
So
he's
that,
all right.
I just
Yeah, I
said
like Ron
all
But
of
not
that.
not like a great coach.
He's
That's
been
his,
to 2
his
Super Bowls.
point. He's
Okay,
not
that's my
having a
thing.
great coach.
How
So,
many great coaches are there right now? It's
Well,
like 2.
Not enough.
That's like saying how many elite basketball players. Okay, you got
Well, shit, if the
these-
coach really good at that.
fam. It's 32.
The ones that
Ain't that many good coaches. It's not that many great coaches in college.
that's-
You
the
have
same point.
you have those some good coaches that have their legs taken from under them by management.
Yeah, that's
and so I'm not gonna say all of them are bad. And the only
Yeah.
reason I brought that up about Cam Newton is because I do believe that he in a good situation, and if everything was on the table and he was being treated like Tom Brady, he would be an exceptional quarterback. I really do believe
Yeah.
that.
We can get into some actual football, college football next.
Can we wait?
What you got? And while you looking at basketball Hall of Fame, that about to induct Sidney Moncrief, Vlade Divac, Jack Sigma,
Yeah.
some old school names. Sidney Moncrief averaged goddamn 18 a night in the league, and I ain't
Moncrief,
realized that he
why
from Arkansas. He averaged about
Okay.
damn near 20. He about the same in college. 4 years at Arkansas. He
Arkansas.
was a
What up?
5-time All-Star, drafted in
My mom's from
79.
Arkansas.
Oh no.
He lived down here too. But yeah, Sidney Moncrief was a beast for the Bucks. He played like 11 seasons for the Bucks and one with the Hawks.
That look on your face.
Yeah, Sidney Moncrief.
Coach for a long time too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know he was.
I found
he was
the
a
story
beast though.
before we leave the NFL because I really want to hear what y'all got to say about this. I'm about to say something very politically incorrect. Okay?
We just go do NFL, then go to college and come back to the NFL with their starting weekend.
okay.
So go ahead. What you got to say?
Can we talk about Ryan Russell?
Who?
Exactly. So Ryan Russell is an NFL free agent who came out as bisexual.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
What
Yeah.
I'm irritated about
Not on purpose.
is that
but-
people are using homosexuality and bisexuality to get a little range.
For sure.
And it's annoying. Like at some point we had to like just start calling a spade a spade. Like instead of saying you're gay to get a contract, just be good.
For sure.
I
He
said
already
Ryan
played
Russell,
on.
and y'all was like,
It
who?
happened. It
He
happened
already
in
played on.
football. It happened in basketball.
It happened
No,
in music because I don't think Lil Nas X is actually really gay. He just he's
I was
15
thinking about
minutes.
that too. He
He's
was like,
15
"We about to stretch this
Look,
out,
his
player."
15 minutes of fame was almost up, and he was like, you know what? Hey, I'm gay.
By the way, everybody,
And next thing you know, he got a hit with Cardi B.
before y'all go,
because gay sells, and we have to be really very honest about that. There's a and you can't really not now.
Uncle Michael, what's up?
An NFL team is going to be pressured into picking up Russell. What's his name?
hit myself in the face with this microphone.
Ryan Russell.
Trying to scratch my motherfucking chin.
Lil Nas X
No,
is in
but-
that
An
new
NFL
shop.
team is going to
He was
be.
one of the people.
Yeah, I saw him.
He's
on,
on
that
the
too.
shop.
Yeah.
Who?
Lil Nas
Lil
X.
Nas X.
It was Lil Nas X.
See,
Kevin
he wouldn't have
Hart.
been on the shop if he didn't come out as
You
gay.
remember Michael Sam, that
Bam.
DN that came from
Yeah.
Missouri? He tried to pull that
He
shit.
tried to pull it too.
He tried to pull that shit. No, you just trash.
He
That's
couldn't-
not.
he
That's
couldn't-
not.
trash.
You trash.
And so I was hoping that you guys wouldn't be like, nah, you're going too far.
He
But
kissed
I
the dude- he
literally,
kissed the
it's
dude
so
in the face, though.
annoying.
He kissed the dude square in the face on the drive.
I mean,
No. I'm not saying that he's not gay. I'm saying
But he
the
used
reason
it.
that
He
you
used
ain't
it
on
as
the
a tool.
team.
I
It's
honestly
not because
just
you're
wanted
not
to
gay,
say
it's
that
'cause
out
you
loud.
trash.
Because when I saw it, I was in a room full of black people at this bar downtown at a day party, and I saw that shit. And the whole room got quiet, and I cackled in that bitch like. He was looking at me, boy.
you
You
remember-
would have thought I seen a cat tumble down the stairs. I laughed so motherfucking hard. Like, this shit is unusual.
You remember Jason Collins in the NBA? He used to be a center for the Nets.
For sure.
He tried to pull that shit,
Well,
but
I don't think he tried. I think he just pulled it and was
He
like,
just came out and
hey.
said, but by the time he did it, he
Fuck
was
it.
already
He was
halfway.
But you were
He was
already washed.
Yeah,
you were
yeah.
I know. I
trash
think he
when
was
you
trying to
wasn't
get. He was
washed.
trying to get a front office job.
And he do got one.
Exactly. It
He
worked.
got one, but I
You
think
were putting up 4
It
points a
worked.
game.
I think at some point, some of them just come out like
Getting dunked on by Shaq.
Gay is a new black, and so you have to.
I thought it was
just
orange.
what?
That's
Fuck it.
Netflix. Don't listen to me.
Wait, so but I was when I saw this story yesterday, I was super annoyed by this because I was like, first of all, Ryan Russell. Then I started googling him, trying to figure out what his stats were because who the fuck you? And then,
He
and now that
pulling
he's
triple doubles though.
No,
in the NFL.
if I was, but on the no,
Out
but
there fucking everybody.
And now he gonna end up. Now he gonna take somebody's spot
No,
on
he
the
not.
NFL
No, he
team
not.
because the NFL needs to, do
season
their
already
reading rainbow.
Season already started. Rosters are at what
I
they
bet
are.
he get added to a team.
He might
I
get
bet
a
he
tryout, and
He was
nigga be
already
like,
on the team.
Yeah, he's been on the team.
He's a free agent.
Yeah, but he's been in the league a couple years.
Well,
But
he
you know-
ain't playing
No,
for nobody. Right
you
Yeah.
free agent, all right.
now he got a boyfriend. They pose naked right here.
but if I was gay, I'd actually be
I'm
upset.
blind.
I'd be upset because there are people,
Because being gay is being used.
because there are gay people that are actually
Having
out there
problems.
going through shit,
Yep.
and you using it as a tool.
Lil
You know what
Nas
I'm
X
saying?
is not gay. Lil Nas X wanted another album.
Yeah.
Another album. How about fucking another song?
Well, he got
gonna say,
another
how
song,
about
but
his
I'm
first
saying,
album?
so he came out, so he had his little song. It was started going on this little downward spiral or whatever. I guess Billy
It was the number one song in the country.
Got tired of traveling
Yeah, there were
around
only
him.
one must
Trying
have
to
one
keep him
more
hot.
than one song.
Yeah. It
So
was
he
the number
came
one song in
out.
the
He
country.
came out that he was gay, and then the next week he had a song with Cardi B, and we know everything Cardi B taps his height. Right now, it's doing that song is doing really well.
That's what the
On
69
the
boys
charts.
should have did. They should have came out gay and the goddamn Tootsie Roll would have lasted 10 more years.
The
Can
Tootsie.
you imagine the Tootsie Roll at the gay pride parade? Yeah, to the left, to the left, to the right, to the right. For the pride, for the pride. That's
Oh
good.
my God!
Did you say for the pride?
I mean, it felt
Was that for the pride?
like
That's
that was
your
the
man.
lyric. How the lyric would change, the remix. Pride.
Wow.
mix.
I can't.
Cotton
yeah,
candy,
that-
sweet and gold.
So I just
my
wanted to
ass.
bring that up and see what you guys thought about it because I thought this was
I'm
I thought it was
always
disgusting. Like the The whole thing. I don't even know if y'all saw.
I'm all.
And then he came
well,
out
first,
and they got
first
pictures.
thing
They got a whole photo shoot.
I saw it.
First thing for me is I'm all for somebody being comfortable enough to be comfortable. First of all. Second of all,
That's fine if it's real.
I'm not one to tell nobody it ain't real, but
Lil Nas X is not gay.
I really do question that. You're not gonna fool me with this little dangling cross in your ear. I done seen gay people with that. That don't mean shit. I done seen straight people with that. Not anyway.
Michael Jordan.
Yeah, Michael Jordan got a
Used to wear
dangling.
that
Had a
cross.
he had a. That don't mean shit to me.
Mm-mm.
Fucking Lawrence Taylor had the Thunderbolt. That means nothing. That means nothing. And I ain't asking you to prove it, but I'm
Yeah,
just
I
saying.
need to see it.
I don't.
The female delegation want to see evidence. I mean, we don't
Bottom
want
line
them.
is that don't use you being gay. Just be good.
Just be good. That's all. That was like the first thing that came to my mind. It's like, why you got to be gay? Why can't you just be good? If you trash,
Well,
being gay is not gonna help you. It's only gonna help you for a little while.
I think ultimately that's it. Because, well, and not to laugh at his announcement or whatever you want to call it,
No, what
but
he
I
was
was like,
doing.
damn, this really fell under the radar during the opening weekend of college football. I guess he picked a good time to say it.
It's all about timing, and that's how you
came
know.
out last week, early last week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That came out right after the last week of right during that week of last preseason games. So,
Well,
So
not-
he was using it.
He's
He was
not.
using
He's
it.
not a big enough name player for
Well, it
anybody to really
matters.
give a damn.
nothing matters.
It-
I'm gonna say,
came
do
out-
people? It's 2019. Do people still care? I don't care. You know
You
what I'm
don't
saying?
care.
Hence the reason why I was
nobody,
like,
nobody cares
whatever.
about. Nobody.
I just
actually
don't- I
Cares
mean-
about it. But they use it as a tool for leverage. Like, I didn't get put on a team because I came out and I was gay. Like, that that's what he gonna be saying.
But no,
I don't
Yeah.
care.
The
But what I'm
difference-
saying is,
the
I don't
difference would
care
be-
if you're gay or not.
The difference
We
would
don't
be
care.
if you didn't
Do
get
what
an
you wanna do.
If
I
you
don't
didn't get an
care.
opportunity, he's had opportunities in the league.
A lot of them.
Like, he's been
Has
in the
he
league.
had a lot of
He's been in the league like 4 years.
Yeah.
I don't know
So-
this dude.
Yeah.
Y'all said who? So
But
I
but you
thought
know how
it
many
was
men on the roster?
Dude,
Shit.
exactly. It's a whole bunch of players on the teams we don't know. We'd be like, oh, who the fuck is that?
And by the time he opened up his mouth and he said that in the locker room, I'd be like, motherfucker, I know.
And you know what? That's what a lot of people who came out there was like, yeah, we know when we have gay
know
teammates.
this.
It ain't our
'Cause you
place
know-
to put that out there for
You in
somebody
here
else.
with wingtips, no socks, skinny jeans, and this damn Killmonger swoop. I think I figured it out. Butterfly collar. What the fuck?
Hello, Killmonger swoop. That's what her dude used to always rock.
Oh, dude.
That's what Odell used to rock. The
But he had the Killmonger.
first
He
of
had the
all-
Killmonger swirl.
So first of all, Odell
I'm
never
just-
rocked the Killmonger swoop. Okay,
Whatever.
But
he
the
had
Kill-
endorsement with Head and Shoulders.
Hold on.
Kill-
He had
Pause.
to let his hair grow.
Odell
Pause.
did mad questionable shit.
That's a hell of an endorsement for this topic of conversation. But the
I ain't gonna
Killmonger
do
swoop
Odell
is with
with
the
him.
dreads.
Yeah,
He had the Killmonger curl. Aha. It's a difference.
no such thing as a Killmonger curl.
Bullshit. The Killmonger
He had
curl.
an endorsement with Head and Shoulders. He had to let his hair grow, and it had to like be vibrant.
That
So-
boy questionable is all outside.
Don't do that.
Ain't nothing but
Put your
juices.
cape on.
Ain't nothing but juices and berries.
That boy
So
questionable is all outside.
from all of that, I just still, like you said, nobody cares to the effect of, dog, just
Nobody
do what the fuck you're
cares,
gonna
but
do.
they're using it as a tool. Like putting it in the media, he's using it as a tool, so the media can say, "Oh, he doesn't have a job." I wonder.
But
if
yeah,
he's
but what the part that I thought was interesting was that
Do
he
what you wanna
mentioned,
do. Live your life.
he said that there are still so many other guys that have to utilize. He feels he's at an. This is what it was. He feels he's at an advantage because he can show up to events or whatever with a girl on his arm and he feels comfortable. He said other guys that are just gay can't fake it like that. They can't play both sides. And he can play both sides and he's comfortable and whoever else, whatever. So I thought that was
if there's money in
an interesting
Renegade,
part.
I could, I'll go with
Money
you.
and renovate.
Yeah, I mean, if you just need a cover, like a beard, like I mean, we're
That's
not gonna
what I'm
do
saying.
anything with you, but I'll go to the little shows. and stuff.
but like you said, some guys are like, I have a cut. They have to use women as a cover.
yeah, is that
Whereas
a job?
he's actually
Where
still
can I apply
he's
for
attracted
that?
to women. He's bisexual. So the
Oh,
fuck? Yeah, he's bisexual.
Yeah, that's what he came out as.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying like, where is the job?
Charles, what's up, bro?
Yeah, bicyclical.
Is there a website where I can register to be like cover?
Yeah,
Back-
it's
back
called
page.
goddamn Bumble, Tinder, Hinge.
Because I go to these nice events with you because you want to
Facebook
cover up from
Messenger.
your mama that you like boys.
Shit. Well, I don't think shit. Well, but
It's
that's
fine.
but that's
I'm
what
just
it boiled
don't
down to is. That's what it boiled down to. But on the flip side, it's plenty of women and men that's like, okay, just be straight up so I know. What I hate is the fact that if they're men, just from
Patrice,
the standpoint
tell me how to get
of
this job. I want to get that job.
Yo,
Let's say it's an actual job.
I'm sure
And I keep
the
that
fuck
secret
it
because
is.
I'm not really interested in out nobody. I just want my chick.
My
like,
point.
do what you do,
my
baby.
last point. My last point is the other.
I'm gonna back out like Simp did. I'm gonna
Do you?
Have you peeked it?
Look, do what you do,
I'll
baby.
let
I
y'all
just need a
have this
nice
one.
dress. I want to go in here and mingle
back
with
out
the
like
rich
Simp.
people.
I just don't care enough. That's
My
all.
only last point is I don't even fucking know what it is. This
Oh Lord, he says it's called escorts. Well, I mean, but they're gay, so like we're not actually gonna do anything together. But go to the
this
thing.
was my point. So even kind of like in Dave Chappelle's special where he was like had a joke like, yeah, I had a joke about gay people, but
I got a question.
I had a joke. He said he had a joke about gay
Dave
men.
Chappelle special is amazing.
But he said
Is
he's
it?
not gonna tell the
love
joke because he was in Atlanta and a lot of men there with their wives. A lot of gay
Right.
men there with their wives.
That's
So
no,
I thought-
Atlanta's known for that.
So from that kind, oh fuck yeah, I lived there a few years. So you would see it and be like, this shit is mad fucking obvious. But but living there and then hearing about how there was such like a higher rate of exposure to HIV and AIDS or people have contracted it. I just hate the fact that there are still a lot of men that won't be honest enough with whoever the fuck they dealing with. Because then that trickles over to people who are heterosexual. And you like,
it's some
dog, that's
women
fucking
who are
crazy.
actually cool with it. I
There
have
are
had
enough.
these conversations with women who be like, well, as long as they was honest, girl, I don't know what plan you playing on, but you know, I listen. But that ain't my testimony.
But that's my point. There's enough people. All you need to do is just. It's a harsh reality, possibly, but it's still a reality,
Yeah.
and it's somebody else's fucking health.
Yeah.
That would be that's my whole
Yeah.
issue with all of that. So I commend anybody that could walk their truth, but just walk that motherfucker fully.
Well, I mean, I'm saying he using his truth to be advantageous to his career, and I just feel like that's just kind of like.
I don't know what he doing, but I know.
Yeah, he got his little boyfriend. I seen.
Did you say boy like a
Got
boy,
his little
like a boy in
boyfriend.
the sea, like
He look like a little boy. He
B-U-O-O-Y?
look underage.
So Simp, I had a total loss on this 04 Mustang.
Right. I did a 94.
I had to
Silverado
update
the
that
other day.
CCC valuation.
And
I don't want to be no escort, Jeffrey. I just want to be like. I wanna
Jeffrey,
be like
why are you helping her derail?
I don't want to be an escort.
this
I want to
job.
be like a. I want to be like a. I just want to go to the events with them if they need a cover. Like they like boys, but they ain't bold enough to come out because their contract is dependent on
College
it.
football.
Give me some money
So
and I will go to the stuff with you. But
opening
now that I
weekend.
put it out, everybody's gonna know that if I'm with you, you probably gay. Because I said I wanted to be.
And the owner retained amount was $941, but he was upset about it.
So
you
opening
should
weekend of college football, well, the official one,
Not in my inbox.
not like the one from we were just Florida Miami weekend.
Hey, well, I
Don't-
told you.
we don't
I
have
told
to
you why
talk
they
about
moved
that.
that game up. They moved that game up because it's 150 years of college football. So you needed a big name teams to
Miami
play.
and Florida.
Yeah, that's why that game was originally supposed to be last week.
Miami
So,
and Florida.
Let me talk about that from a Mississippi State standpoint. First of all, nobody in Starkville watched that boo-boo ass game because it featured our old quarterback versus our old defensive coordinator, both of whom left Mississippi State after they used us to get in the SEC and get a little clout in their little stupid careers.
So that just sounded like y'all was salty.
Y'all mad
That's
as hell.
mad salt.
Y'all
Yeah.
watched it though.
I mean, we better than them.
Y'all watched
We
it.
better than
though.
both of them.
You sure about that?
Yes.
Probably better than Miami.
Probably better than.
Let me tell you about
Watch your
Miami
mouth.
coach, okay?
Probably better.
Manny
than Miami.
Diaz.
Manny Diaz, first of all, I was a trash ass coach, and y'all gonna find out like later. We already know we had like 7 years with him, okay? But y'all gonna find out about this dude. He for sale. So Manny Diaz comes. I think he was a defensive coordinator or offensive coordinator. I don't
He was
know.
at DCA Texas for a minute, and
And then he left, and then he always like leaves for another job. Like he's not gonna stay in Miami if something else comes. He's not one of them coaches that
ain't
a
none of them
team
coaches like that.
But teams like Miami and these storied programs, they kind of want coaches that's gonna kind of like hang around for a little bit if they're gonna win.
See the difference.
He's not gonna win though, so it's not gonna
This
matter.
the thing though.
We haven't
You
had a
ain't-
good coach since Coker.
You ain't gonna get no coaches like that no more. Because please believe, you know where
I think all coaches got dream jobs.
you know where Lincoln Riley's gonna be next year.
Who?
Lincoln Riley at Oklahoma. You know where he's gonna be next year?
Where?
Probably up here in Frisco, coaching Dak.
I was about to say, what's in Frisco? I thought you were talking about like the Rough Riders or something.
Not if
Throw
they
this
go.
phone.
Not, hey, not if they go deep in the playoffs.
Oh, is that where it is? Thank you for letting me know.
Not if they go
I
deep in the
couldn't find
playoffs.
That's what I'm saying. They not.
You don't think so?
They're not gonna get what's Jerry gonna do with his
Cowboys.
stepson?
This gonna be his last year. If he can
You
get
think
Lincoln,
so?
if he can get Lincoln Riley, Jason Garrett. Hey, look, we gave you this many years. It's been a good ride.
He been trash. He's
True.
been trash.
Who,
No,
Lincoln Riley or
No,
Garrett?
Jason Garrett.
No,
If they
I
been
agree
trash.
with
He
you,
was a
but-
trash offensive coordinator.
But you know what? If they do give him another year, it's gonna be because this is the first year that he got Kellen Moore as an OC. So you giving him a chance to get the offense together.
I agree with you that he's trash, but he seemed to be made of Teflon so far. Like there's nothing they could do to get rid of this dude.
No, see the difference is before you fire somebody, you've already kicked the tires on who else you can bring in.
There
you
And
go.
you sit there and you figure out before you hit the fire button, who can we get?
Well, that
and
go
if,
back to your same point. You can't ain't that many tires to kick.
yeah, it's like, okay, let me see who out there. Are you interested in coming here? A lot of people be like, some people are like, yeah, I want to coach the Cowboys. This is my dream job because the Cowboys. A lot of people else would be like, I ain't really trying to coach under Jerry Jones because I'm not going to really be
because you ain't gonna be able to be a coach.
Exactly. It's
I
always
think a lot of people waiting on his son to take over.
A lot of people waiting on Jerry to die.
No, I wasn't gonna say that.
That's it.
I don't wish that
He
on
looks
nobody.
like
They haven't had a
old-
coach since Parcells.
He
and
looks
before
like
that,
an
it was
old
Jimmy Johnson.
penis.
And then he changed his mind on the owner and decided to turn it over.
Just saying, man.
Yeah, but that's my predict. That's one of my wild predictions of Lincoln Riley will not be in Oklahoma next year. He will be either the Cowboys or he'll be on somebody's NFL route.
What happened to
NFL.
that guy that used to coach at Texas Tech? Is he still there?
He's the head coach of Arizona.
He is
yeah.
the head coach of Arizona, undeserved. I don't understand how.
Okay, ain't no
How do you
deserving.
fail in college?
It's not
He's
deserving.
high.
Yeah,
Ain't no
it's
such
not-
thing as
How do you
deserving.
hot,
fail
he's
in
young,
college
he's
and then get
white.
promoted?
Not a such thing as
Oh,
deserved,
you
brother.
know, baby.
He's hot. He's
That's-
young. He's white.
That's crazy.
You know what Jerry Jones remind me of? Remember that movie, Nothing But Trouble? That old nasty looking motherfucker.
Y'all like
Spider,
getting
no.
off. Y'all like
That's what
getting
Jerry Jones was
off.
like. Jerry Jones was like a villain.
Who
Back to
got
college
naked-
football. Back
who
to
got
college
naked
football.
party pics? Drop that T.
Oh, and my
Which
cousin
coach?
asked if we were talking about, do we ever talk about fashion? No, girl.
Yes, girl. We can talk about fashion. What you want to know?
Nobody want to
Nothing.
know about brunch boots.
At all.
Brunch boots
brunch
are our
boots.
thing. I just bought some white ones.
You're a girl. That's fine.
We talking about just can't be out here like
What are those?
dudes with brunch boots.
Brunch boots.
I'll show you.
They call it Chelsea boots.
Remind me after the show to show you a picture. You'll
Look
be like,
at y'all.
oh yeah.
Y'all so advanced. I'm so
No,
glad.
no.
y'all-
I crack jokes on these shit.
So proud of y'all.
I've never heard of
These
that.
are running jokes for me. What are you talking about?
But see, the thing about it is,
I thought y'all had got advanced in y'all's
No,
conversation.
not at all.
I'm gonna ask my
Nah,
wife. She know what a brunch
wearing-
booty is.
Yeah.
she knows
No,
she
not
know what it
booty.
is.
Don't say brunch.
Brunch
I said boot.
Okay. You go
No.
home and say brunch booty. That ain't what we said.
I'll take some brunch booty. Yeah.
So somebody's clearly broke up. Nick.
College football, man.
Shit.
God damn.
But shit, I had to be together to be broke up. That's another
Here
thing.
we go.
God damn shit. I'm single and ready to mingle
I
in
had to
this
set
bitch.
up that
Boy.
co-part assignment.
He was
LSU,
rich.
Texas.
LSU,
That-
Texas.
That's the big game. Okay, NFL opening weekend.
Because
Great.
last weekend was a wash. I mean, you
No,
had
last week
blowouts.
was-
Yeah,
Jeffrey, what you talking about?
one upset.
No,
Maybe.
it wasn't no upsets.
Tennessee was the upset.
But Tennessee ain't good.
All right,
They
it
just
was
got
an
beat
upset.
by. Okay, so
by a
this is
10-year-old program.
okay. No, so this is the
So it
thing.
was an
This is what
upset.
you got to look at. Lower level Power 5 schools are they're just like top level Group of 5 schools.
Mhm.
So
I'm glad you said that.
so your schools like
Don't-
as of right now Tennessee. I'm not gonna do it, Angie.
Don't.
I'm-
I swear to
I'm
God.
not gonna do it.
If you call my school name, I'm gonna launch this beer over here. I swear to God.
I'm not gonna do it.
You can say Ole Miss.
We could take Ole Miss.
Take Ole Miss. I don't give a damn.
Right now, Ole Miss is a bottom tier Power 5 school.
Mhm.
They went
I'm
out
so proud of you.
and they lost.
They
Wait a minute.
But
Ole
they-
Miss lost too?
Yeah.
I didn't see none of the scores from last
Yeah, Ole
week.
Miss lost to Memphis, but Memphis is a top level Group of 5 school.
Yep.
You know, if UCF plays a Tennessee, a Mississippi,
they could pop their ass.
middle level Big Ten team,
Yeah.
those
I think they did beat them in a bowl game.
yeah, they did. I'm just saying those teams can lose, and just because you're in a Power 5 conference does not mean you're automatically going to be better than a
Right.
Group of 5 school.
Agree.
Because top level
Agree.
Group of 5 schools, like a Houston is good.
Houston has been
Houston
good for a
ran
while.
it. Houston ran into a buzzsaw Monday, playing against. Sunday playing
Sunday.
against Oklahoma.
Yeah.
How
But-
do we feel about college football games moving off of Saturday? How do y'all feel about that?
It's not gonna do it too much.
You got to remember, the opening weekend of college football is always like that.
I mean, but you have those random like Thursday games. I think that's random.
I like that.
But the reason for that is you got the reason for Thursday night games. You get only conference that really plays a lot of Thursday night games is like the ACC. Mostly
Pac-10 to pull a few. Mountain West.
But that's what I'm about to say. So your Mountain West, your MAC, your Group of 5 schools. So not power, Group of 5. A lot of them play Thursday because if they don't play Thursday, they will never get eyes on them
at all.
Because they're the only
Saturday at like 3:00 or something.
Yeah, but they're not even gonna be on TV.
But when I thought something had changed when I saw like a lot of, not a lot. When I saw a couple of the college games that were on Sunday, I was like, okay.
Well, no, what that was is just because
it's
the Labor Day weekend. Okay. It's the opening weekend of college football. I had never
seen it on Sunday. Maybe I just not paid attention.
And think about it like this: that opening weekend of college football, there's no NFL. Because all the NFL games were done by Thursday.
The Sunday thing is still newer, but
they play a Sunday game that Labor Day weekend. It's always a Labor Day game. Because years ago,
not throughout the season.
Yeah, no, it's not gonna happen throughout the season. Like years ago, the Labor Day game used to always be like Florida State, Miami. They played on Labor Day like 3 years in a row because it was a big. Florida State was doing their thing. Miami was still Miami. Mm-hmm. Boom, you got a big time matchup, rivalry, first weekend, and it's prime time. So tomorrow, Thursday. Normally you would have college football games on Thursday, but because it's the opening night of the NFL, there are no college football games.
Okay.
Because the NFL has this whole day.
Well, no major college football because you might still have like a D2. There won't be any.
It's none.
Not until
Saturday.
Yeah.
No, it's some games on Friday. It's some games on Friday.
That's what I'm
Friday games be lit.
Friday games, like.
But it's never any big name teams. It's always some smaller teams or some middling level teams, some lower level teams, and it's just we got this game scheduled like this to get eyes on it, or because of scheduling reasons. That's the reason why.
Weber State, nigga.
Ain't nobody.
Weber.
It's Weber. No, it's Weber.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Weber.
In Mississippi.
It's all kind of shit spelled and pronounced wrong in Mississippi.
First of all.
Crooked letter. Humpback. What the fuck is a humpback? I know, I'm just talking shit. It's a P. But yeah, so LSU Texas this weekend?
So the big time games this weekend.
Y'all going?
No.
Told you that job.
Big time games this weekend is LSU Texas and Texas A&M Clemson.
That's gonna be a good one.
Both of them games.
Well, Clemson gonna win, but
Texas A&M almost beat them last year.
Almost don't count.
Texas A&M is gonna be much improved
really
this year.
Lose a whole lot. They lost some, but they were able to regroup. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but Texas A&M improved. But what you talking about? Clemson lost their entire. He this is second. This is second year Texas A&M.
Jimbo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why they ain't gonna fire him in the second year?
They was expecting magic.
Nah, not yet. Not when you give somebody 7 years, $70 million.
No.
Yeah, he got the bag.
I would have coached him for 6 and some chicken wings.
But Texas A&M is gonna be much improved. I'm calling it.
I think so too.
Because one, Jimbo can recruit,
and I know they're recruiting. He can recruit. Stepped up now.
And in Florida State, he had the skill. He had the skill players to do things. His offensive line started to suck, and that's carried over to Florida State right now because they can't block nobody. Well, they looked good the first half against Boise State and then got housed. But I think Texas A&M. Whoa.
Boise State's ball though.
Boise State that's what I'm talking about. Top level Group of 5 schools. That's Boise State.
Yep.
And right now, Florida State is a Midland level, lower tier, Power 5 school.
Boise State will pop your ass. They gonna come out there and
I guess
ball.
you just expect more. I still expect more from Florida State based on name, based on the fact that they can recruit. They in the middle of Florida. They got the Florida boys.
I get it.
But they're competing.
And then it be them kids that they ain't want to go look at. Took their ass to cold ass Boise and they up there with no coat.
They mad up there.
That ain't even
with
what's
the
happening.
Floridas and the Miamis and the UCFs.
That's true.
What you say now?
That ain't even what's happening now. What's happening now is all the other schools are going into Florida and getting the best talent out of Florida. And
when they open up,
they going in there. Your Alabamas, your Auburns, your Georgias. They going into Florida
wide open,
and they going to get the top 5, top 10 talent
Florida
out of them.
And Texas have opened up big for the SEC. Like folks in the middle is struggling.
Texas always had because Arkansas always recruited heavy here. LSU recruits heavy here.
But the rest of the schools weren't coming as far as Texas. Now you see Nick Saban in Texas every other Friday
because Texas is now open because Texas A&M is a SEC school. So now. We play Texas A&M every year. We're in. Hey, you got a chance to play in front of your people.
Yeah.
So
Shake some shit up.
you got that access. But
Shit up.
Like you got folks in Texas that are recruiting in Florida. Like it's like open now. So
perfect example, California. California, it used to be SC can go in there, can be in California and can get damn near anybody they wanted. Now, Oregon going into California getting players. Everybody,
Washington.
One of Michigan's Michigan top running back this year is out of California. Everybody's going into California right now.
Oh, Miss going over there dropping bags.
Hey, dog,
why not? Dropping.
Why you say
tell me, y'all? What? Ain't that where them Kendicha boys came from?
that was George? They from Atlanta.
Somebody that they paid came from California. It was a big lawsuit.
I ain't doubt
it was
it.
part of the lawsuit.
I ain't
I
doubt
was
it.
like, you ain't gonna tell me somebody just rolled up in California. He was like, hey, you want to go to Oxford, Mississippi? It's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be amazing.
It's gonna be amazing.
Bow ties
Hey, look,
everywhere.
I forgot
Dropping bags.
I forgot the Grove.
Dropping
Bag man.
You said you forgot the what?
They got the Grove. Everybody talks about the Grove. They love the Grove.
Don't worry about them little racist ghosts flying around.
That's all over the SEC though.
not at
They
Mississippi State.
really at that motherfucker. It be the whole.
It's probably the least at Mississippi State.
Yeah, we didn't
It be
have
a
any
whole.
we didn't
It's
have
a
any
whole
integration
family.
problems.
Ole Miss be having a whole fucking family of ghosts. The dogs still hate niggas. All kind of crazy shit.
Hey, man.
I'm not going.
Like
I
said,
don't have anything
that's
to
the
say
SEC.
that.
Plantation practice.
Now Alabama and Ole Miss. I don't even go to the game.
Shit, I hope Alabama's safe from this Hurricane Dorian. Why you bullshit?
We not doing this.
They seem to be
Stay
able to
on football.
rebuild.
Pray for Bama.
See,
Didn't nobody tell y'all Dorian was going to Alabama but your president, and the National Weather Service said, well, no, that's not exactly. Alabama will not be affected by Dorian. We don't know where he got
I know
that
the president of that damn organization was like, yo, I didn't say this shit, dog. Who said this?
That
Trump.
dude.
Trump said it.
Don't say that out loud.
Trump said it.
And then he was like, yes, it was. It was
like,
they was
I
gonna
said
be
something.
hurt.
I said it was that
It was gonna hurt them.
He was like, yeah, they could have been hurt.
I said it, yeah. And that was when they first reported
our
it. It was gonna
president.
be like that, and it could have hurt them. That was
Donald Trump is
I
the
paraphrased his
president.
punk
Yes,
ass
he is.
hooked on phonics speech. Fuckers are remedial.
y'all covering the spread this week?
What?
Is y'all gonna cover the spread this week?
What's the spread?
Not. I'm talking to Andy. 16.5. They're playing Southern Miss.
Shit.
We should. I don't know nothing about the Thomas Stevens boy.
What y'all do last week? You said y'all played who?
Louisiana Lafayette. So
Y'all-
somebody said
y'all only
something
won
about
by
the new
10?
quarterback quarrel he whooped Wayne Gress's son at the private school. I don't know. Do y'all know what that means?
Where at? I don't know nothing
The
about
new quarterback quarrel.
Where's the
I
what
don't know.
school?
I gotta Google.
Well, I know Wayne Gretzky's son was playing.
He playing football?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure of that part, but I don't know where he's playing though.
Oh, y'all remember the guy I was telling you about last week?
Probably
the guy that
prep
got
school.
y'all in the national championship already? Very disheartened by y'all's performance against Tennessee.
I knew it was gonna be somebody that was gonna bubble up like that.
Hey,
Like,
very
man, it's first
disappointed.
fucking weekend. You gotta relax.
That is the first fucking offense. It's the first game with a new offense.
You
Good
gotta
Lord.
relax.
And
Gotta
outside of the two
relax.
fumbles, Michigan kind of housed them on offense.
You gotta relax.
Michigan
Oh
didn't.
no,
score.
y'all won by 3 touchdowns. I mean,
You
But
gotta-
once again, Middle Tennessee is it's the first game.
and from
Oh,
what I
yes.
understand, the Army game is not going to just be a
Oh, it's
a
never.
roller.
Army's never.
It ain't supposed to be though, because Army run a triple option. You can't prepare for a triple option. You only got 1 week in between each game, so they've already been practicing for the triple option
A month
in
ago.
the season, and that's probably why they look sloppy against Middle Tennessee, because you got Middle Tennessee, then you got Army, but it's such a drastic change that your
Yeah.
defense gonna have to play against that you can't devote all of your time to Middle Tennessee. You had to devote time to Army because you got to be ready for the triple option.
So I'll even dare to say the first half is gonna be good. You know what I'm saying?
Michigan gonna win.
The first half's gonna be
And
good.
I saw Army last week. They put up like 10 against fucking Rice. So
Yeah.
whatever, dog. My homeboy, we was in the group chat. He was like, "Dog, what's going on?" I'm like, "Fam, it's the first quarter, dog. chill, just relax, man.
Shit got cleaned up by the end of the third.
They sat there. They started throwing bombs. They started throwing bombs on them, and Michigan receivers was running open. It's a new offense. At some point, what had happened? Got to start. They got cute. We gonna run 2 quarterbacks out here. We gonna run a fake flea flair.
Okay.
You know, you just start trying to work on plays because these are the teams that you do that kind of shit against. You don't try those against your good conference games. No, you try that against Middle Tennessee State, especially when you got a lead.
Word. Nothing to worry about too much. I get it. NFL. Nobody. Nothing.
That's all for college. Georgia didn't do nothing exciting.
Georgia play. Man, I mean, the first week. The first week.
I mean, it used to be like 5 big games on the first. Who Alabama play?
Well, what was supposed to be a big?
Duke.
What was supposed to be a big game was just a dud.
Which one?
The Notre Dame game.
Well,
it was supposed to be. It
wasn't
marketed. It was a Monday night game.
That's just more scheduled than anything.
Notre
Because
Dame is
Louisville was ass last year.
Notre Dame been trash.
So it wasn't tabled as a good game.
It was just the primetime game of that night because you had Notre Dame involved. But Louisville was coming off like a 3-win season.
Oh,
Louisville
they were supposed to be good this year.
Never mind.
So there was no good game. There was no good Labor Day weekend.
And to answer your question, Alabama played Duke, and Duke made it a game
into the second quarter.
Like it was 14-3 at half.
Everybody makes the game to the second quarter against Alabama.
No, it was scoreless going into the second quarter.
It was 14-3 at half, and then Alabama walked away. They must have been
playing their 4th string.
Then Alabama walked away.
Half of Alabama team was suspended for the first quarter. Well,
probably still from the calf.
No, they didn't. They missed like a team activity or something.
Oh, because they were still from
practice. That's the team activity they missed. Practice.
No, let's see. Hold on. Let me see what other.
I mean, literally, I didn't hear anything exciting for the Labor Day weekend, so I thought maybe I just missed something.
I don't think Georgia
played. Georgia played anybody?
Georgia played.
I always kind of sideways pull for Georgia.
They played Vanderbilt. They had a conference game to open up. 36. Vanderbilt's trash.
Fromm is good.
Yeah, Fromm is legit good.
Is the guy? What's the coach? Vanderbilt's.
Derek Mason.
Is he still there?
Mm-hmm.
Don't nobody else want that job?
Don't nobody want to play. Vanderbilt don't invest in their team.
No.
Vanderbilt got vinyl siding on their stadium. They don't invest and Vanderbilt gets $40 million a year from the SEC.
Vinyl siding on their stadium.
You can't even insure that.
Yeah.
What's vinyl siding?
Like think about on
cheap shit
houses
that blow off when the wind is high. That's what it is.
They have that in
their stadium. Yeah.
Wow.
Their stadium is trash, but Vanderbilt gets $40 million a year from the SEC,
and they Harvard of the South.
Yeah, they just there to keep the SEC GPA up. We get
Hold it.
They are. You know,
might be one of Salem schools.
No.
Oh, we can't wait for him to get that offer. Shit.
Go.
Fuck that.
Do it.
Vanderbilt, Wake Forest.
We can't wait for Salem to play at Yale.
Northwestern.
Go fucking Bulldogs.
All of them.
Give me one of those little triangular banners.
I said, like, my son said, Mom, you think I could play at Yale? I say,
hell yeah. Yup. Hell yeah.
They sit on the ground for their games.
You said what?
They sit on the ground.
So what better make a fucking picnic table of sandwiches and shit?
Do
some
you
peanut
know
butters
what
and
that
jellies?
did to my spirit as a football fan?
We say, yep.
I said,
Angie.
yeah.
No football spirit, but calm on down when he start getting that Pentagon.
You better put that blue and white shirt on.
He go join the Skulls. Hey, he go join the Skulls. He go get that Pentagon money. He better calm the hell down.
You better put on that. You better rep that navy blue and white.
Goddamn Cornell.
Right now we having a hard time
sweater.
with Spanish.
I got damn Dartmouth. Motherfucker play for Dartmouth. Shit, you better get that Dartmouth degree.
They got a football team?
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't know.
I found out Morehouse got one.
Morehouse can roll too. Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Let it. Shit.
That's what Denzel Washington
Mission men. Goddamn.
Mission men. What is that?
From School Days, Goofy.
Oh.
You forgot. Yeah.
I don't think I ever seen School Days.
Oh, man.
The show's over.
Oh, man.
What
is wrong with you?
Wow.
I haven't ever seen that
NFL weekend.
Oh, hold on. It was one big game. Auburn and Oregon.
Oh, yeah.
That game was good.
That was a big.
Yeah, that game came down to the last minute. That game was actually here.
Was the TCU? Was the TCU game good?
That let you know how much I fell off.
That was they played UAPB.
Yeah, that one was that for
That's
real.
how much
For
I
real,
fell off. Was it AT&T Stadium?
Yeah.
So it's literally in my backyard.
that was meant to be a good game too.
It was. It did.
Who won?
Auburn won. They won with like 10 seconds left.
Yeah, I'm about to say. Yeah.
Come from behind, touchdown.
I didn't even know.
Which
It is
mean
literally down the street from.
which mean they say Gus Malzahn job for another week.
I think he okay as long as he beat Alabama every like 2 or 3
If he beat
years.
Alabama, he'll save his job.
Fuck yeah.
every
but-
2 or 3 years, he good.
But no, Auburn fans want him gone. They
No, I agree. They
but
do.
the problem is his buyout is so crazy.
His buyout is crazy, and
It
don't
ain't
nobody
worth
really
it.
want that job.
No, because you're always going to be
Nobody
citizen.
really wants that. If they're honest, no coach really that knows
Wants the
anything
job.
about SEC football wants that job. Nobody wants that job.
Ain't nobody gonna want the
As
job.
long as Nick Saban is there, nobody wants that job.
Ain't nobody gonna want the Alabama job after Nick Saban leave.
Yeah, because it's a suicide job. I remember Nick Saban.
You want the job the year after whoever take over after
Do you
Saban.
remember we did a show after that game when Alabama came to Texas to play Ohio State? Was it Ohio State?
I'm pretty
Is
sure.
that the one they lost? Whichever one they lost. It was a national championship.
Oh, okay.
Was it Ohio State or Clemson?
Yeah, they
It was
lost in
one
that.
of
They
them.
lost in the national title against Ohio State.
And we did. Yes.
No, they lost
They lost to Clemson.
They lost Ohio State too, I believe.
in the playoff game.
playoff
Yeah.
game.
Playoff game.
Yeah.
So this is how bad it is. So perfect season up to that point.
Yeah.
Lost that game in the playoff game. Nick Saban goes home, and there's a U-Haul in front of his house. And they had like 3 of them,
So
like parked
fucking
out in front of
dramatic.
his house for him to pack up his stuff and leave. Like people were pissed.
Were they even that good before he got there?
It don't matter. You've gotten us to
No.
here.
No,
That's the-
they used to be the beat up team, and that's when Nick Saban was at LSU.
But this is the thing now.
I know what you're saying.
Once you get to this level, hey,
The bar's
this is what it
raised.
is.
And I don't have no
And-
teeth.
and you
so
put
you
it-
better do your damn
You
job.
put it to this level. So put it like this. Let Alabama go to the championship game again this year and get housed again.
They'll be calm.
Next year they'll be looking like Saban got to do something.
So let me ask you this.
He got to do something.
Let me ask you this. What coach, because y'all just
None.
said,
0.
what coach, NFL, or what coach can come in if
None.
Nick Saban decide to leave tomorrow?
None.
No.
And what coach can come? NFL coach, nobody.
You gonna get you will get a coach. They're not gonna be able to do what he does.
What coach do you think would want to take that job?
None. Like people be saying, "Oh, Dabo Swinney would leave." Why the hell would I leave Clemson to go to Alabama
Never.
when I got Clemson just as good as Alabama and I've beaten Alabama twice in the championship?
I might have stayed the fuck
Why
here.
would I? And I got
And less
everything.
pressure. It's less pressure.
I already beat your ass.
I'm at
Yeah.
Clemson. I don't have as many people I got to go through in my
The
conference.
weather is better.
Why? Only reason they say Dabo, they keep saying his name is because he played at Alabama. I got my
Did he?
yeah. He played it back in the day. So Clemson is here.
He sound
Alabama
like
is
somebody
here.
played at Alabama. Dabo.
He ain't no reason for him to leave. He got the money. It ain't like Alabama will throw all the money in the world at him.
An NFL
but-
coach would have to come to Alabama.
and he will be there 3 or 4
You know who
years.
it's gonna be? Jason Garrett.
And you know what? He will be there 3 or 4 years, and then he'll get fired, and then somebody else will take that job, and then they can start the rebuild again. Because
Okay.
if you following the
I like
legend,
Dabo.
you always gonna
I
say
like
only
Dabo,
person
too.
who followed the legend and kind of kept it. And by this time, Bobby Bond was kind of washed, but Jimbo took over Florida State, kept him going, and then won a national title.
Oscar Mayer.
Coker did all right after Bud Allen.
Yeah.
Oscar Mayer. What's his name?
Who?
Urban Meyer.
Oh yeah, Urban Meyer. But Urban Meyer didn't follow a good coach at Florida. He followed Ron Zook. Ron Zook that did good in
He
recruiting.
followed somebody in Ohio.
No, he didn't. He
I thought that coach was good. The dude with the necktie.
what happened? Tressel got fired. They had an interim. Interim won 6 games. We bring in Urban Meyer. Exactly. You ain't the next coach. You the coach after the
Well,
next
the
coach.
interims don't count.
He coached the whole year.
But that's the point he's making. They
Yeah,
don't
he
count.
had
Let the shit
there was
die
a whole
down.
year between-
I say the fucking day.
Yeah. There's a whole year between Tressel and Urban Meyer.
That
And
nobody speaks
Luke
about.
Fickell went out there, went 6-6, and he just kept the program afloat because they kind of figured Urban Meyer was coming. And now we bring in Urban. We keep Fickell on the staff.
The dude from the Rams can go to Alabama.
Why?
Why would he leave that when he just
I'm
went
just
to the
trying
Super
to
Bowl?
figure out who could take that
No,
job.
no.
I mean, we answered it. It would be an Urban Meyer.
Or it's going to be somebody young.
Honestly. Somebody.
It's gonna be
The
somebody
dude from
young.
Arizona, y'all just said.
Nah,
Because I mean,
Hell
how long he
nah.
gonna stay in Arizona?
not long. But he ain't going to get hired at Alabama because people at Alabama will have seen him when he was at Texas Tech. So, nah, you ain't going to get that one.
I don't know what to tell you.
So, Let's finish up NFL real quick.
Dan Mullen, he always looking for a job.
Zeke got his money.
Zeke got his money.
He got his money.
6 years.
Show him the money.
90 mil, 50 guaranteed. That's pretty good.
That's a fucking great deal.
Too bad
for
he
him.
gonna mess it up in these streets.
Well, we don't know how much he gonna mess up in these streets.
He gonna
but
mess up a
we
lot
know
of
he
it.
got 50.
So he gonna mess up about 20.
Fuck off 20. He got 50. And then
45 guaranteed, 14.3 average salary.
And golf got what?
Oh man,
110
Golf
extension.
Golf got a lot.
he got 134 million with 110 guaranteed.
Yeah.
God,
They gave him
what?
the bag for going to the Super Bowl.
Because you lock him in low. And you lock him in for so many years
Before the CBA.
before he this
110
is what you do.
guaranteed.
You lock him in.
And Dak fighting for 35.
Dak ain't been to a Super Bowl.
I ain't mad at it. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Also, think about it like this.
Dak barely
35.
humped the playoffs.
But think
if
about
you give
He
Kirk
humped it harder
Cousins
than,
96 guaranteed
What's
million
the other
dollars,
dude name?
Say that again.
He humped it harder than what's the other dude
Romo.
name?
Romo went to the playoffs a bunch of years.
was it a bunch of years?
Romo got the tip.
Like 4.
Out of 13? Is that?
He
Is
went-
I don't know
he
how
was-
many
he
years
was
he was
playing,
Hey,
or he was there.
I don't know. I don't know how many years.
He'd have been in more
Both.
playoffs as a commentator. Go ahead.
Hey, he legit as a commentator though.
he's actually really dope.
he legit.
He's
dope at
best
that.
paid because that motherfucker
Oh no,
been
but
predicting
what I was saying
everything.
about Jared Goff. One, Jared Goff, the number 1 damn draft pick, and he's put up numbers and he's been to Super Bowl. You lock him in now at a cheaper rate because you can.
That's cheap.
They gave
You
Kirk
can-
Cousins $96 million
You can extend.
guaranteed.
You can extend.
Golf
over
is
3
gonna
years.
get that.
But that's over 3 years. You got Goff extended like 8 years at this point.
Yeah.
Because he's still on his rookie deal.
Yeah.
So all it is an extension. So he's still playing on a rookie deal, and then that other money will kick in
That's good
over years.
knowledge.
But you lock
Thank
him
you for
in
that. Yeah.
instead of waiting until he become a free agent, and then it gets stupid. 'Cause- And most quarterbacks don't hit free agency.
Oh, yeah,
if you're a
not the
franchise
good-
quarterback, you lock them up. And
Yeah, no,
extend
not
them
the good
early.
ones.
Yeah,
Shit,
not even the good ones.
Decent
The
ones.
decent
Jared
ones.
Goff better watch his back. Evelyn Lozada in California. Go ahead.
Boy, strap it up. Strap it up and stay off them motherfucking streets.
But yeah, they
Fuck
gave
around
they,
that old 70-year-old thing gonna get
they
thrown
gave,
at
they
you.
gave him the bag of.
Ain't no telling what she done nipped and
Sorry
tucked
about
for
that, Dak. You
contract.
ain't gonna get nowhere near 110 guaranteed. You ain't
No,
gonna
he needs to see that 35.
get-
Y'all, I just
See that 35.
and that's how y'all feel like he worth.
Yep.
he ain't gonna get 110.
Well, he's not gonna get 110. I just when you see a contract like that,
Is he gonna get 100 total?
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah,
say
he get
yeah.
100 total.
I say yeah.
You see how we hesitated on that?
I ain't gonna hesitate on that. He good for 100.
No,
but
that's the going rate.
guaranteed.
That's the going rate for a starting quarterback. So yeah, he gonna get that 100 easy. Fuck, Derek Carr got 100 million.
Yeah.
Garoppolo got 100 million.
Off of the smallest sample size ever.
49ers
Off of
QB.
7 games.
Once again, though, if you have a young quarterback, it
Get
for a
him in
team
cheap.
you lock him in at that rate because at this point now, what they're paying him looks like a bargain compared to every other deal that's come after it.
Everything
so
going
when
up.
Derek Carr got that $100 million deal, he was the highest paid quarterback for like 3 weeks, and then all the other deals start coming behind it. So then you get the new Rodgers deal, you get the new Matt Ryan deal, you get the dude in Kirk Cousins deal. You start getting all these other deals,
Kirk Cousins,
and now
dude.
that deal.
He trash. Well, he ain't
I'm
trash.
saying now
He
he's
ain't
super
trash.
trash.
No,
He
Decent
marginal.
quarterback.
He ain't trash.
He ain't $98 million.
Decent
good.
quarterback. He decent.
He marginal is all outside. Do you
That
know
motherfucker
he's
So that's what I'm saying. Y'all cool with
He's
that.
like
but then you
0
wanna
and 6
give Dak
against
35
Dallas.
No. I didn't think he should get that, but I'm glad he got it because he played the game. He was like, "Y'all gonna keep franchising me. I am gonna franchise.
I ain't mad at it.
I'm gonna franchise. You're gonna franchise me, and I'm gonna keep playing to where you can't. This is all of a sudden you put me in this marketplace, and that's what he did. Because when you get franchised, you get the contract, the average of the top 5 salaries. So I'm gonna keep playing, and you're gonna keep franchising me. All that doing is
He's
my
made
number going up.
he will have made he got franchised 2 years in a row, and then he got
3
that
years.
3-year deal.
3 years.
He got franchised 3 years
in
a row.
Washington. That was a terrible.
It was 3 years
It was
in a
a
row. I thought
terrible
it was 2
GM
years.
work. It was
Oh,
terrible
Jesus.
GM work.
He got over $100 million
But it
for
kind
6
of
years.
it fell
worth
in
of
his
work.
lap because of RG3
He played
kept
the
getting,
game.
hurt.
I ain't mad at
You
it.
got a
He
question.
bet on himself.
Do y'all
Well,
think
they
that
didn't
Zeke-
believe in him, so that's why they kept franchise tagging.
Exactly.
Got a question. Do y'all think that Zeke has screwed Dak's contract?
No.
Nah.
So, yeah.
No.
Where they gonna?
Because they got to
I
pay
guess he's
him
talking
anyway.
about salary cap stuff.
Because once again, you'll extend it, but
What's up, Mike?
You ain't worried about what this year going to do because Dak's still playing on like nothing.
And by nothing, we mean $300,000.
Nothing NFL compared.
No, I got it.
You know,
I'm with you. Some people didn't know how much he was making right now.
Yeah. So
I think my boss makes that.
You'll extend him. He'll get it.
He ain't get no concussion.
But think about it like this. So the number, pretty much what they do when they do these extensions and stuff, they structure it to get it under the cap, so that year 4 or 5, that's when they got to look at this contract again and be like, ooh, we need to rework this, and we need to redo this, or chop this, or move money here. So no, he'll still get his money because next year the salary cap will go up again. So they'll be able to fit him in. They'll be able to sign Amari Cooper, and when they re-sign, who did they just sign? La'el Collins, the lineman out of LSU.
Mm-hmm.
When they redid his deal, doing his deal now actually freed up like $6 million of cap room for them to do something else. So it's just all about.
What do you think is fair? Like, what's a fair number to pay Dak at this point?
Guaranteed 35, and then
Is this a year?
No, you talking about you got to go yearly.
yearly?
Yearly.
Somebody's saying 35 per year.
Yeah, that's gonna be around.
That's what it is now.
Let me see something.
What'd you say? Spider has something. Did you say something?
30.
Spider?
Oh yeah, well you got CBA coming up into next year.
Yeah, that's gonna change everything.
Yeah, so you really
They need to
no
go on
idea
strike.
of like what's gonna
What is
happen with that.
CBA?
Collective bargaining.
They really
Collective
do,
bargaining
man.
agreement
Oh.
where the players get
I
screwed.
started thinking about the
In
NBA.
baseball,
I don't think they're gonna get screwed this time.
Shit.
I
Yes, they are.
don't think they're gonna get
I
screwed.
think they'll
this
have
time.
to strike if they really
Who
want
is
to
their-
get shit
who's
That's
done.
their-
the only
who's
way
their
they're
union
going
captain?
to get it.
And it's been
Is
proven.
that if
on
they
the
go
NFL,
on
man.
strike,
DeMar
if
Smith.
they don't, then they won't.
he's the NFL PA president. So these are the
I'm talking about
average.
the player representative because
I
they
don't
usually have a voice in. I gotta see.
But okay, so these are the average year contracts right now. Russell Wilson at 35, Ben at 34, Aaron Rodgers at 33, Carson Wentz at 32, Matt Ryan at 30, Kirk Cousins at 28, Garoppolo at 27.5.
Oh, so are we talking about per year? I
Yeah,
thought y'all just wanted to give him $35 million total.
no.
Oh, we back good. We okay.
No, he gonna get.
Give him 30.
He gonna get.
a
He
year.
gonna,
He okay.
yeah, that's what
I
I'm
thought
saying.
y'all talking about total. Like y'all was giving this dude
Nah,
100.
but it just be that chunk that's like guaranteed.
Okay.
And I knew that was a big conversation for him. Was that 35 guaranteed was what made the most sense.
No,
Okay.
he gonna have to get more than that because right now total guaranteed money is, like I said, Russell at 107, Roethlisberger at 50, Aaron Rodgers at 98, Carson Wentz at 107.
Aaron Rodgers at 98.
He's still
Total guaranteed money.
Go.
Matt Ryan at 100 total guaranteed. Kirk Cousins at 84 total guaranteed. But his whole
Y'all
contract
think Jared
is
Goff is worth more than Rodgers?
it don't matter. It don't matter what you're worth and who's worth more. It's all about when your contract comes up, and that's just what it is.
Got to be in a sweet spot.
It's just you. It's got to be your year for your extension to come up, and you
but
have
even
to.
at 35 a year for Dak, I don't think that's out of the norm.
35 a year puts him number one based on this. Well, this hasn't updated because this hasn't updated Goff's deal. What I'm looking
Jeffrey
at
thinks it's gonna be about 70 guaranteed.
makes sense. I can see that.
Eee.
You still think that's a stretch?
But then it's
When do you think this decision will be made? Because we've been talking about Dak's paycheck for
Get
months.
paid,
In
young
the
nigga,
season.
get paid.
It'll be in the season.
The
It's-
end of the season.
it's gonna work itself out.
Sometime during the season, they'll get it worked
They
out.
usually try to. I mean, don't they usually want to work stuff like this out at the beginning of the season to get that off your plate?
Depends on
you
the
can-
urgency. His ain't urgent.
exactly. Because they know Dak gonna play.
Yeah, they gonna play.
Dak gonna play.
They gonna play. If you had that flag, they gonna play. Yeah.
Yeah, so it ain't.
They gonna play. He already
Total
told
alive.
y'all. They told y'all I'm 10 toes to
Let
the
me
line.
ask, let me ask you. Let me ask y'all a question. Do you think the Cowboys caved? You think that's the perception? You think they caved?
Oh, they paid what it weighed.
Yeah, it was gonna
Yeah,
happen.
you can let Zeke. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, ass
And
fool
Zeke,
to let that motherfucker go.
Zeke probably wasn't gonna play.
So,
like,
so
he
my
one of them
thing
kind
is,
of
if you
fools.
gonna give him this, what took so
Like,
long? If you gonna make him the highest paid running back, what took so long?
I think some of it was working those other deals to work cap shit and just to let it be
Right.
what it is. So
Right.
sometimes you're making other deals.
Maybe they thought he was gonna fall.
Nah, well,
And-
you can always play that.
And honestly, I think they had numbers already set. And I think the total number might have already been there. It was the structure of the contract that they couldn't get settled on. That's what a lot of it be, where you get delays in the contract. A lot of it is that we got the number. We just got to get the years and the structure of the contract to where everybody is satisfied. So,
Word. Shit, ain't really goes. No, popping football is football, but those are the high points. At least we know. The results will be what they are. Odell Beckham was there's a video of Odell Beckham working out with Kaepernick too. That was pretty interesting. And I guess lastly, the Rock Nation deal is continuously.
With a dude.
They were literally throwing the football together. That's terrible of you. That's horrible of you. And you call yourself a dad. I'm talking shit. That's funny as hell.
Don't do that to Colin.
So, and just as a side note, because it's football and people have shit to say about it, the Rock Nation deal
By
rolled.
people, he meant me.
Nah, just in general, the Rock Nation deal rolled out another bit. They rolled out information in bits.
Mm-hmm.
So the next,
because Jay-Z think y'all got ADHD.
no, he think these dumb motherfuckers who flinch at the first sighting of a news clip have ADHD. Because I'm like, well, I don't know what the fuck it entails, so who am I to say? So the last little bit that got rolled out was it involves X amount of millions, or no, it might be in the 100,000 so far to certain organizations in a certain area.
They gave $400,000 to like this youth organization. I forget where it is.
Is it? I think it's in Chicago or something like that.
Yeah, it's like $400,000 that they're giving.
Right.
And they're making up T-shirts and all types of shit. He's getting a lot of flack for it.
For no fucking reason, because we don't know any details, and
I think
we haven't seen anything.
Some of it though is like the rumors is around the whole situation about how
They put him in the running to own a team, and he never said that.
Well, no, they were saying a lot of people were saying that he had talked other people into not making these similar deal with the NFL
But
because
Jermaine,
that was a lie too.
They said Jermaine. They like, yeah, he told Jermaine Dupri. Jermaine Dupri was like, yo, that never happened.
That never happened.
So it's misinformation on all sides. But
it's crazy.
If you want to create a narrative, all you really have to do is put out 15 to 30-second clip and just get the part that you want that you can't make heads or tails, and then let everybody run with their own opinion. And that's what happens a lot of times.
I don't feel no kind of way about it. I feel like all of them celebrities gonna do whatever they got to do to make their money. Like they do what's advantageous to them.
The argument
ain't got nothing to do with our black ass.
The argument against the entire deal is that Jay-Z has a long history of speaking out against racial injustice. Making documentaries, doing all that type of shit. So, he has a history of doing that. He didn't have to partner with the NFL in order to do that type of shit. So I think that's what people's argument is that you don't have to partner with these people and give them this out of, we're trying to make it seem like they care about racial injustice. So I understand that argument. But
how do we know
Jay is a capitalist, right? Jay is a capitalist.
Shit, me too.
He's going to do what it takes. Jay goes with the money. That's all it is, and that's how I look at it. Jay is gonna go wherever the money is.
In a long play, but in the midst of all that planning, he don't be fucking other people out of nothing.
I can't say that.
Nope. It's documented.
Look, everybody
Nobody got.
Look, everybody
go back to the Rock. Nope. There's not one inch of anything.
There's certain things that there's people out there with beefs against
Jay-Z stories.
But overall,
with Jay-Z stories of how he would.
But that's anybody. That's everybody.
Business though. That's somebody. Everybody ain't gonna catch the long end of the stick. Period.
So that's just.
So when it's all said and done,
but you said a blanket statement that he ain't gonna.
Yeah. No, he fuck you over. But
so how about this? So are we mad that his positioning is always better?
I think the problem.
Like, what are we talking about now?
So we can get the hell up out of here because it's 10 o'clock. I think a big thing is that nothing that's coming out is clear. Everything you're getting there, like you said, everything is coming out in bits and pieces, and you're getting pieces of a story, and you're left to put that story together for yourself.
Yeah. But that's
we
true.
We still don't even know what the entire deal is.
Exactly.
And here's the part that's
the reason why I just don't focus on it.
That's also true. So the problem that I'm always gonna see is before you know any extra details, shut the fuck up. You don't have anything.
That's not how it works.
That's not the social media age.
It's definitely not how it works. But guess what? That doesn't work.
It's the age of high takes.
You have no details. Yeah.
It's the age of high takes because everybody has an outlet to get their opinion off.
And their opinions be wrong as fuck.
Don't matter.
They don't have no facts.
It don't matter. That's what opinions are.
Assholes.
Don't matter.
So everybody got them. But if you have an opinion, can you bring facts to state where you got that from? No. I just said it. I just think because he did Dame Dash wrong. What?
I did hear people saying
That's what that's what they
Dame
basing
Dash
shit
said he
off.
been trash.
We talking about a partially bipolar motherfucker? Like,
We ain't gonna completely discredit Dame Dash.
well, we ain't, shit.
I don't think we should completely discredit his experience.
And last thing before we go, what has Dame Dash done that has made your heart beat since Rockefeller was over?
Shit, he just Dame Dash to me. Though. So,
Exactly.
I'm saying I don't put.
I
None
think
of
it's parts of the story we don't know.
I don't put none of them dudes
Because
any higher,
because
any
real
lower.
grown men don't have beef for this long if nothing happened.
That's true, except for the fact of a person's ego get bruised once, and they just fly off the fucking handle every time you think about it. Dame Dash run people out of all kind of work. His whole Instagram page, primarily last year alone, was him trying to expose motherfuckers, and it's like, why are you the one that's doing all this exposing, but you're not moving, you're not going anywhere with this. You're not getting to any higher places.
You ain't getting nowhere
You've
yourself.
ruined all these relationships, so we can get out of here on that note. But at the same token, my whole thing is before you have any facts, shut the fuck up.
Fortunately, like I said, social media age, everybody got an outlet, everybody got a reason to get their voice, get they hot take off, and that's what's going to continue to happen.
Yeah. And just real quick on a music tip, there's a couple of good albums that came out. Common came out with a pretty good one. Bun has a really nice EP.
Check out that Sir
Bun B.
album.
The Sir album, I haven't listened to it yet, but I did hear that it's pretty decent. And Joel Ortiz, he
That
got
shit
one.
fire,
It's
too.
called
Monday.
It's really a good album. So
thank
go
you
ahead,
for reminding me
and
about that.
check those out.
All
And
right.
Lil Nas X is not gay.
We about to get ready to get out of here. Y'all have a great rest of the week.
And I'm still listening to Little Brother.
And and this is my other last part. When people have these roasts about these social justice T-shirts, y'all playing it down. Cause guess what else did T-shirts for? Breast cancer awareness,
Yes.
domestic abuse awareness. They got the partnership with the armed forces. They got T-shirts for all of this. That's just what the NFL does in a part to push a particular whatever it is they want to support. That's it. It's literally it. For kids playing football more, being more active, there are
that's
T-shirts
true.
for all of this.
That's true.
And that goes towards the causes that they partner with. All of it.
Look, dog, facts don't help my narrative in the point I'm trying to. So stop. I tell people all the time, stop trying to think rational with irrational ass people, dog. Because the only thing you do is drive yourself crazy.
Yep, that's why I don't be on social media. My page going back dark.
And she sips to it. All right, Spider, take us out. I know we got something dope to listen to before we get up out of here.
Thanks for joining us, guys.
Ooh.
See you later.
Y'all know how to get the Scalpers,
Bye.
iTunes,
Peace out.
Google Play,
Everybody check us out.
YouTube. Holla at us.